let's do a cheers to the Sobeys and Safeway Liquid Beer for the podcast.
We ride again.
I love you guys.
Careful, that cake's hot.
Check-in, come on, let's go. It's the AM Nasty Big Hello. It's not static, AM radio. It's the Play Alberta Nielson Show. Let's go. Everybody tune in, even my wife.
Mommy likes too.
And those Macromala intros are cutting like a knife. Hey, it's Mitch texting in, he's your dealer for life. The cracker 6 o'clock, I'm logging with some sirloin bites.
And a great Thursday morning to you here in Edmonton and wherever else around the world you're listening. This is the Nielson Show. Once again, Edmonton Sports Talk. You can check us out on the iHeart, TuneIn radio apps, the source, edmontonsportstalk.com, or, of course, you can watch us and listen on the YouTube. Subscribe to the channel today if you haven't already, and hit that thumbs up. Give us a like. Goes a long way. Nasty chat's already flying in there. A lot of people,
should be.
A lot of people thanking Stan Bowman. Not one person I've seen yet thanking Mike Greer.
But we'll get to that.
We'll get there. Dave
there.
Jamieson in for Dustin Nielsen today. I'm Lieutenant Eric, YouTube Trev, manning the monitors behind the scenes here. I think we've cooked up a pretty good show, much like Stan Bowman cooking yesterday.
God, did he ever.
At NHL Free Agents Frenzy, and a happy NHL Free Agent Frenzy. Hopefully you spent it yesterday with your family, maybe a pancake breakfast at a fire hall, or maybe a big cake in the park, or even some fireworks.
Small town rodeo.
Yeah, that's what people do on Free Agent Frenzy Day.
We light stuff on fire.
Yeah, there was a lot of. I looked out. It was 9 o'clock last night. I looked out my window. Said and somebody lit a fire. It was a firework display, and it outlined. It was an outline of Babcock's face in the sky.
No,
it was very nice. Yeah. This is in celebration.
I would have done Stan
in blue. Well,
because he lit up the sky yesterday.
Just a circle.
Yes,
it's kind of. Nielsen Show is always brought to you by Weiss Johnson. Check them out today. They're the sponsor of the Nielsen Show. You can get a new train furnace now, 15% off any additional mechanical system done at the same time. So whether it's furnace, AC, heat pump, hot water tank, garage heater, all those great things, get them now, 15% off plus no interest for 24 months. Visit wjsportstalk.com to book an estimate today. And of course, Play Alberta, the title sponsor of Edmonton Sports Talk. You can download the app or head to playalberta.ca. We'll have more on that coming up through hour 2. But let's. I think we've cobbled together a pretty good show for you.
Let's set the table for the people.
Ladies and gentlemen,
yes,
may I interest you in some specials? Of course. Free Agent Frenzy taking precedence. A lot of you out there loving the work Stan did, and we will discuss in a variety of ways throughout. Morning announcements coming up to recap everything that went on yesterday, albeit a little late.
Sure, but that's what we're known for.
Letting the dust settle.
Late and often wrong.
Darnell Nurse is staying, according to some.
Oh, yeah.
And then in the same breath, he's leaving. Yeah,
like Zach Werenski.
If you say both,
Blue Jacket
how
for
could
life.
you be wrong? Right?
Well, that's what we do in this business. Right?
Yeah.
Some more than others.
Off season, what off season? That's
What
coming up at
off-season?
6:30 for GCL Diesel. We'll dive into the moves made and maybe take a look at this team moving forward. There's still a little walking around money left, which you love to see as well. Maybe Stan, I know you've been cooking. Maybe just step out of the kitchen.
Take those big gloves off. Turn down the range.
Put the spatula down.
Step away.
You've
Let
done
it
it.
cool
Go have a nap
just for a little bit.
Yeah. You can always get cooking again later on. Fired up for Gemco Fireplaces. That'll conclude the opening hour. We're fired up for Free Agent Frenzy. We'll be discussing that again.
Not done yet.
Not done yet. Zach Werenski apparently is, though. Hey, I mean, he's hey, Dave, you want to say,
God,
once
is there no
once a
bigger
blue
letdown?
jacket, always a blue jacket.
Yeah.
Jacket Nation, I think they call it.
I was misquoted saying I wanted out of here.
He loves it. His family loves it. They all love it. I don't know what
You guys weren't asking the right questions. God.
Media again, hey? Yeah. Bruce Boudreau will be by at 7:05. We'll get his take on everything that went down yesterday, Oilers related, and the Leafs. Of course, I know, earmuffs. We will go there
Can't
briefly
ignore,
with Bruce because
can't
he will
ignore.
want to. Well, how could you? They John Chayka. Pelly just dangled the keys and he goes, snap, I'll take those.
I'll take those. I've got a handful of analytics.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
So Bruce will be by. We'll float around the league with him, talking about everything yesterday. Play Alberta Early Bird coming up around 7:20. We might go to the World Cup of Soccer.
Oh,
You can take a look at those
okay.
matches.
Still
I know
on, is it?
Yeah. Well, with Dustin, Dustin always likes talking about the World Cup.
Yeah, well,
and I
you
always, I'm
should.
like, dude, come on.
Please,
get to
focus.
the, yeah.
Yeah.
So with Dustin not here, he'll be doing CFL, of course, Friday Night Football tomorrow. Riders in Ottawa to take on the Red Blacks. Week 4 kicking off tonight from Calgary. Stamps and Argonauts in the Stampede Bowl.
Oh, yes, the coveted.
We cannot forget. So that's why Dustin's off for the next 2 days. But yes, no soccer talk for 2 days. Albeit maybe in the Play Alberta Early Bird, but
Well, come on. Now, that's
the
not
soccer
fair.
guy is gone, so we don't need to worry about that. do
Yeah,
we?
footy.
I got beef at 7:30. Probably a few beefs.
Well, it better not
as
be with
always.
Stan. Not on my watch.
Oh, well, I don't think you can have a... No.
We'll get to those texts, and we're going to open the phones later, I'm told.
If you want to send in your beef, get it in right now. Paris Jewelers inbox, 780-218-9999. It's the inbox. It's the bling box. It's Paris Jewelers inbox.
It's the bling box. It's the bling box. It's the Paris Jewelers inbox. And they got lots of fancy shiny things. Look at this. Look at that. Not just for the ladies. They got jewelry for men too. The ring box. The bling box. It's the Paris Jewelers inbox.
Flexible payment options at Paris Jewelers, such as do not pay for 1 year.
What?
I wonder if they'd. I wonder if that includes like a leap, like if it's just the.
Read the fine print, I would say.
You can ask them. Pop into one of their stores, West Ed Mall, Kingsway, Londonderry, Shorewood Park Mall, St. Albert Center, or online, parisjewelers.com. They are Canadian and they are family owned. So get your beefs in, 780-218-9999. We'll get to those at 7:30. Reid Wilkins. We'll be by at around 7:40-ish, 7:45. We'll maybe stretch to 7:45. Let him sleep in a bit because that boy worked yesterday, hey?
God, he threw it down, 6 hours those guys did?
Reid
Stopped
Wilkins?
at 8. I think Bob might still be on the air somewhere.
He heard we were doing, he said, there's no way that, he...
Both of them did the equivalent of the Jerry Lewis telethon. That's a dated reference for you.
Well...
You remember telethons, though? On television?
I'll
Come on.
still rock a great PBS.
Yes.
They'll have the Waylon Jennings something, and then...
And people answering the phones?
Yeah, well, and it's not so much like that anymore. Like, it's just two
it should
people.
be.
But you still get, like, a tote. Like, if you donate $10,000, we'll send you a fridge magnet. And it's like, that's not bad. Good trade-off.
Yes.
Reid Wilkins. So Reid not only did 6 hours yesterday, but he'll be back doing his hit today at 7:40. Can you believe it? That's a lot of...
I'll say this, no work-life balance.
Well... so we'll appreciate his time, discuss what it was like on the desk with Dustin for 6 hours and Benny Thompson. So many thanks to them. You can go back and listen to our free agent special, all 6 hours of it if you like. Archived on our podcasts, YouTube and such. And I do wonder, I'll ask him too, because you're working with the CEO, probably a little lunch. Hey?
Well, but you might notice a little something off your check. Right? Just Dustin goes, hey, guys, I looked after pizza. And then you go, geez, I'm a little light here. But I don't quite understand.
We round up.
Yes, we do. At EST, we round up. For years over at 1260, TSN 1260.
Well, we get a pizza lunch. Yeah,
we get a pizza lunch, and they brought it in and it was like, wow, pizza's here. But doing those shows, and I would generally be the sort of knockoff James Duthie. So
Yes.
I would be in the
Yeah.
center of it all because I knew the least.
You had a
But
whistle
I
in your
could-
mouth and two gloves, and you kind of
I could get to commercials and do the stuff, but there were years when ain't no frenzy, and like nothing, and you'd be in there for hours, perspiring, looking at a Wannock with his dead eyes.
12, 60 years, there are a lot of bleak ones when it comes to the Oilers, and I mean, that's well documented. But yeah, heading into this free agency period, which we all said was the most important, arguably, in franchise history.
They always are with the Oilers.
Well,
it's the most important in Oiler history.
Until the next one.
Until the,
But good for them, staying on 6 hours. So, you know what? A conch for the boys. Dusty and the boys.
Boys.
Oops. I'm sorry, I dropped the conch here. I'll just wet it up again. Dustin, Reid, and Benny, congratulations.
Yeah,
Great
well
work.
done.
We'll talk with Reid around 7:40. Hour 3, kind of easy trivia. 3 questions too many. We'll go for what, 73, 72
I would
YouTube
imagine.
Trev? It's something.
I like
72.
Sure.
I like that we've now
is 72.
broken the system and we're just guessing at the number.
I don't really. It's high. We're high. We're somewhere in the 70s, so we'll go for
It
that.
used to be so precise in the early days, and now it's just this kind of.
Dustin's got the numbers.
Does he?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you could also say that it's unofficial when he's gone anyways, so I don't even know why we're counting it when he's away. 3 questions too many for the great staff at Park Mazda and Mitch Lewicki. Scalding hot takes as well, and with Dustin gone, Trevor holding the mitt, it won't be a regular scalding hot takes as usual, but we will go around, and you weren't here. Will was in actually your seat. We did a hot take, and not an insult or like we usually do with the scalding hot takes, but just a legit hot take, and that could be from free agent frenzy or.
Sure.
We discussed off air earlier that maybe look at turning this into a free agent fest. With
Open it up.
and each city hosting it. Edmonton hosts one year down in Ice District, and you can have pavilions. And you walk around and you get gear and you swag.
And that would be the response, I think, to, the draft has changed, right? So teams are not there anymore. Their war rooms are in their cities.
Open this up. Bring all 19 panels
Yeah.
and have them dispersed throughout.
Unveil your new jerseys.
Yeah,
do
yeah.
all of that stuff.
And the wrap for William Huff all still to come. And once again, big thanks to William Huff. Trev, you can put yourself.
God, you guys look good.
Let's
Trev,
get
that'd
that
be you.
background. Yeah, send in. Well,
Yeah,
give us
you're
the
on.
3. Well, the 3 shot. I mean, not. Yeah, I mean we can. Yeah, so William Huff did do the rapping. I mean that happened earlier in the week. I keep thinking it's a Monday. It's the Mondayest of Thursdays.
It
in a
really
sense.
is.
Yeah,
Isn't
it's
it?
kind of weird.
I'm
But
a little discombobulated.
I don't mind having this Wednesday off if you made this permanent.
Maybe
Anyways,
you talk
though,
to HR Daddy.
William Huff, great rap job. You feel good sitting in front of that now. You feel like $1 million.
More finished. It's
Yeah,
more
you're an inch
finished. It's a
taller.
polished look.
Chest is a
I
little
do
wider.
feel good, yes.
Let's get to the morning announcements here. We'll get a sports update with YouTube Trev as well. Lots of other things happening locally. Stingers in action, Riverhawks in action.
Riverhawks, huge crowd,
World Cups
9,200.
continues. Jays, well, I mean, Jays and Mariners kicking off tomorrow from
I
Seattle.
notice you're skipping by a cataclysmic trade in the NBA, Jaylen Brown. I don't understand private equity, but I just watched a video by June Lee. If you ever have a chance, check out his stuff. Great journalism. And the private equity, the role in owning and running the Boston Celtics and probably the huge influence it had on this deal. But it looks like they gave away one of the NBA's best players
and
to Philadelphia.
Kawhi's uncle. We when you're talking about that type of subject matter, right?
Yep.
There's a money, follow the money, hey.
Always.
And of course, CFL Week 5 kicking off tonight. Stampeders and Argonauts should be a dandy down in Calgary. So Trevor will have more on the sports scene as a whole, but let's get into your morning announcements here. Brought to you by Hattie's Golf Shop. Golf swag you won't find anywhere else. Visit hatties.golf. Use the code NASTY15 for 15% off online orders. Strummy says, enough with the NBA talk already.
Yes.
Couldn't agree more, Strummy. Thank you for getting us back on
Thank you for keeping me in check.
track.
Yeah.
So let's just go over. I mean, obviously the days started. We head into a free agent frenzy.
Yes.
They Hayes has got the gun out there, and we're off.
We're off.
And
Where do you want to start?
okay,
with the Oilers.
so
I mean,
with the
we'll
Oilers
get to
though,
the
there's
Leafs here
a
in minute.
domino effect of saying, well, you Darnell Nurse, does he stay or does he go? Mm-hmm. And heading into this one, and Trev will get your overview of the whole situation as well. You're kind of thinking, well, and we made the case Tuesday, like, is there a scenario in which, I mean, DJ Smith talked about him, if you can't find something, if you go into this and move him for the sake of moving him, but are still on the hook for X amount or whatever the case is, or you're not getting bodies or whatever deal. And it seemed like deals out east where he kind of said he wanted to go were kind of collapsing in front of our face. Boston's,
but then
the
San
Phillies,
Jose
the
did
Pittsburgh.
bubble up as a potential if he was going to stay west.
Anaheim was brought up in a few discussions. But again, it was Mike Greer to the rescue, and so the Darnell Nurse one was obviously huge.
No salary retained. Did anyone
that's the
see
win
or foresee that was a potential?
That's the big win. And there weren't a lot of teams that could actively pull that one off, and the Sharks, obviously, with a lot of money, did. But before that, there was another deal that the Oilers made, and that was acquiring. And I'm gonna have a tough time not calling him Devin Levy, because it's good off the tongue. But Devin Levi, goaltender out of Buffalo. Yep. The Oilers getting Levi, a 7th-round pick in 28, in exchange for a 3rd-rounder in 28, going Buffalo's way. So the Oilers get a goalie. And at that point, you're looking at it, okay, Jari and Levi. Well, at least you got another goalie.
Yeah.
We were toying around with the notion that maybe it's just Jari's net and that's it. You run one. Wasn't going to happen.
That's not a good scenario, by the way.
So you bring in Devin Levi.
Yep.
I think pretty good value. For
bit of NHL experience. So
yeah, and for what Kosa went for, conversely. So
Yes.
so there's that. So you're kind of... At that point, Trev, you got to be thinking, okay, well, something happened. Everybody's doing the gif of that weird alien thing holding a stick poking at Stan Bowman's face, do something. And he did something.
Yeah.
But then the Nurse trade. No retention. Nurse to San Jose, Zack Sharp, and Shakir Mukhamadullin coming back in the deal.
Great name.
No retention. You got 2 defensemen. Mukhamadullin, obviously, the primary one there, as opposed to a Zack Sharp. So that's good. Now you got some money. Money's off. Money's the Nurse.
You got money and actual players.
Yeah, and just real quickly here, and I want to give a conch. I know everybody was doing their thank you, Darnell, for everything you did in the community. I had the privilege of bumping into him randomly a couple of times in the River Valley and Crestwood area, and I found it. I took it upon myself to not say, "Hey, you bum, yeah, you overpaid," whatever, like. But you tried to bring a guy up. You take the money. I take the money. Everybody would take the money in his spot. He took the money. I know he released a statement yesterday, and
it was very thoughtful,
involving all that.
very
But I'd like to
grateful.
give a conch to Darnell Nurse this morning. There were bad times, well documented, and some good. I know, Trev, you put out a tweet asking people for their favorite Darnell Nurse memory. I believe the beat his ass was one of the.
Yeah, there's a few good ones. Roman Polak, when he absolutely just dummied him, and then he got suspended for that. His OT winner on Connor McDavid's 21st birthday in Vegas. That's the one that I kind of remember the most. And then he said, "Let's go get messed up." But he didn't say messed up, obviously.
It's too bad that things couldn't have gone another way with him.
It is.
But that's such is life.
Yeah, like I remember all the deals, all those signings, and like that week period when Darnell Nurse signed. I was just like, here's hoping. That's big money, but here's hoping. I like the way he's going. So, and
you hope that he would grow into that contract, right?
Yeah.
And whatever that might mean, I'm sure people have put numbers to that dollar figure and said, okay, that player needs to achieve this. Goals, assists, all the other metrics to go, okay, that's proper value. I don't think that was ever doable for him.
No.
But don't skip by the qualities he brought to this team. Like when he arrived here, I loved him on Team Canada. I mean, how could you not, right? Like he was a player you noticed.
Yeah.
And he had a physicality and a touch of recklessness that I loved.
That touch of recklessness was sometimes the...
Oh, I understood. It was his undoing at times.
Yeah.
But don't forget, there were periods during Nurse's time here when the Oilers were Charmin soft.
Well,
And he was one of the few guys that was willing and capable of doing it physically.
so I know where most people stood. I know I saw somebody on Twitter, he turned me into an alcoholic, a balding alcoholic, somebody said.
Well, that's on you.
And
That's on you,
well,
dude.
yeah, I mean, it's look,
Good for you.
Such a sport, but
Don't blame others for your addictions.
sail on, you
Balding alcoholic.
crazy diamond.
Yeah.
So again, no retention in that deal. That's got to be, and we'll be going over. We'll do the whole letter grade experiment in house
Sure,
here.
we
You can
have
send
to.
yours in. Stan Bowman's letter grade. I'll give Mike Greer an A++. I mean, and it was
Both for how he helped the
Dude.
Sharks.
Penner's Pancakes.
Yeah.
Mike Greer's the definition. Once an Oiler, always an Oiler. I mean, that's it to me. We went into this day or 2 days or whatever period you want to call it. It was no retention. To me, it was no retention on Nurse. And for a lot of people who hate him and he's an idiot and all this, and you just got to get rid of him at any cost. Yeah, but. And the
That's
but
not,
is
that's
no
not
retention.
asset management there.
Well, no.
By taking that, I get it. You're enraged. You're a fan.
There's all that.
That's not smart.
But to get rid of him and also with the no retention, I think that, and it bumps me into the A for Bowman, but we'll get to letter grades here
We'll get
shortly.
there.
So Trev, I mean, Nurse gone, no retention. You got to love that. I mean, you went 6 to midnight, I'm sure.
I was very happy yesterday. I was very happy. I cheersed it. I celebrated it by myself.
Okay.
And I went to my beer fridge and I cracked a cold one. I said, "Thank you, Darnell. This one's for you. All the best."
And Mike Greer.
And Mike Greer.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, bittersweet, but this is time. It was time.
It was time.
And
You
he
could
said
argue it was
as
past
much.
time.
And he said as much.
He said exactly.
done.
So
I think
Yeah.
you still could have, though, made the case. And I was fully here for, okay, one more.
yeah.
If the market didn't suggest something such as this, and somebody who's Spruce Grove Corey, Sharks taking Nurse with zero attention for a player and a prospect is wild. Which AGM made
It is
that call
wild.
to San Jose? Because I refuse to believe that it was Bowman move.
Well, okay.
Well-
Now,
But it is wild, but it happened, and it's great, and that to me is the win yesterday. And just moving forward here, Ryan Shea,
yes.
29-year-old, 5 years, $20 million deal, $4 million cap hit. His was a name that was mentioned a lot. You got to love that, I think, adding to the blue line there on the back end. We said getting rid of Nurse. There's still a player there, obviously, and you have to fill those voids. Shea comes in. Pretty good. Maybe some you may argue with the term, but whatever. Ryan Shea is an Oiler. Edwards Trailmax, don't really know a lot about him. $850 1-year deal there. Kasperi Kapanen re-signed.
I like that deal.
1 year, 2.6. Again, some of you may be saying the dollar maybe a little high, whatever.
I like the player.
Yeah.
The dollar, I'm sort of leaving that out for the time being. I know you're not supposed to do that in this day and age, but
Matthew Joseph, 1 year, $1 million. Max Jones, he'll be back in what capacity? We don't know. 1 year, $850. And Freddie Anderson as well.
Yeah.
Kevin Weeks tweeting from a darkened living room with,
What was
I
that
do
all
believe,
about?
his son or daughter or whatever. I don't know. I didn't read the. I didn't click on the video and listen to it. I just saw
It's like
him in a
Blair
darkened
Witch
room.
Project.
It kind of was. It was wild stuff. But that's the NHL for you. That's how these things usually break.
Yeah.
1 year, a 2.8 cap hit. It's a $1 million, but I think bonus laden there. So Freddie Anderson coming in. I know Trev, you said kind of echoes of Mike Smith. You would have preferred maybe a couple years back, but now they got 3 goalies. Now you got options.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
buys
to
you
see
time. Buys
how
you time.
that's- I don't mind the internal competition, as we saw from Freddie in this last year's playoffs. He was unreal, especially the first 3 rounds, and then then maybe it caught up to him a little bit. But I mean, credit to the Carolina Hurricanes, who were just unreal in front of him as well.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how that one pans out. Yeah, I was like, okay, this is solid, but for sure, I was like, man, if this was 5 years ago, I'd be freaking out right now. And it's just, it's very familiar, just with the Mike Smith situation. Like that's how I'm grasping this one. So, but who knows? I think he'll play, 20 to 30 games, and the lesser the load for Freddie Anderson, he usually is better. So,
But we always talk in this town, and maybe they do it in other towns, of guys coming into the room with rings.
Well,
This is a guy that doesn't even have his ring. It's so recent. Okay?
yeah.
And He played a critical role in the Carolina Hurricanes' run to a Stanley Cup. To add someone like that to the franchise, I think it's a very good thing, man. I did not see that deal sort of as a possibility.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking of him as...
So all these names and all these deals, I mean, aside from Ryan Shea, they're all one-year deals. I don't think we come away yesterday, and this is where and we'll get to a sports update here in a minute, and we'll be back with off-season. We'll continue to dive into what the Oilers did, and specifically with this roster. Is this, and I know a lot of people are looking at things and they've jumped 20% into cup probability and all this stuff. You're kind of running, again, we talked about running it back prior to free agency, and a lot of people went, running it back. Look what they did. Look what the Ducks did to them. It's kind of running it back now, too. And is it the omission of Darnell Nurse and the no retention which gets you so horny on yesterday's business? 780-218-9999. I'm just looking... Pistol Pete, best free agency day in Oilers history? Question mark.
Oh no! Hold on. Are we skipping by the Pekka Pronger?
Okay, well, and Bones says this year's possible success does not absolve Bowman from last year's sins. I'm just wondering where people's heads are at, because again, you're coming back with a pretty same roster, no Nurse. I mean, you got Shea, Mukhamadullin. Kapanen's back. Like now, a top 6 forward that could be something here. And now they have the money, and that maybe coming out of this with the roster they have and the money they now have.
Out there. I don't know if they could for that number, but there's still things to do.
At least you can now maybe approach a trade deadline knowing what you have to do more specifically and address things there. So they are in a position now which we haven't seen them in a lot of years with the roster they have and the money they have. And I think coming out of yesterday, you're not saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, looking at any deal, trade, signing that was done and said, oh my God, X player for X term or X money. There's really nothing there that says, oh my gee, with all all that stuff that we've talked about with
this. Frederick signing.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's a win as well. So I don't think it's so much what they did, it's maybe what they didn't do.
Well, then that can be classified as a win as well.
I think so, too. And that's why I said, Stan, you've been in the kitchen now. You've done a 22-hour split shift.
Step away.
Step out.
Step away.
Step away.
Yes.
We will step away.
Split shifts are a killer.
Dave and I will step away briefly. YouTube Trev's got a sports update. If you're listening this morning on 95.7 Cruise FM, I don't believe we had a traffic update from Pauline Higgins. I could be wrong. I'm looking at what I look at here in it's called Wide Orbit. That's just to take you behind the curtain here. So I hope she's here. I didn't see a traffic update in there earlier, but Pauline, if you are listening, people need help on the roads. Getting back to work today, July 2nd.
Get to work.
Can you believe it's July already?
No
Dave,
days off.
Yeah. So a traffic update from Pauline Higgins if you're listening on 95.7 Cruise FM. It's a sports update with YouTube Trev on iHeart, TuneIn, YouTube, and the source EdmontonSportsTalk.com. The sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring. Are you ready to treat your feet?
Sure am.
Visit them in store, 10707 184th Street on the West End, or online, ParamountFlooring.ca. We are coming to you live as well from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio. It's already hot, very muggy.
It's a little clammy.
Well,
in here.
that's the weather now, right? With all the rain. But it's going to get a lot hotter as we dive into what the Oilers did yesterday and elsewhere around the league as well. Off-season coming up. And fired up for Gemco all in the way as our one continues. It is the Nielson Show, brought to you by Weiss Johnson.
Darnell Nurse and all of his contract have been traded to the San Jose Sharks for blueliners Shakir, Mukhamadullin, and Zack. Sharp GM Stan Bowman didn't stop there, landing goalie Frederik Andersen to a 1-year deal, signed defenseman Ryan Shea to a 5-year contract, and swung a trade for Buffalo netminder Devin Levi, and both Kasperi Kapanen and Max Jones re-sign on 1-year deals as well. Around the league, the Leafs landed Sergei Bobrovsky on a 3-year, $20 million deal. Washington bolstered their middle with Boone Jenner. Pittsburgh grabbed Andrei Kuzmenko, and John Carlson is headed to Tampa on a 2-year deal. Former Oilers Victor Arvidsson signed 2 years with Detroit. Calvin Pickard is off to the Wild with a 1-year deal, and Stuart Skinner is headed to Winnipeg. Over at Rogers Center, the Blue Jays gave us fireworks. They They throttled the Mets 9-3, fueled by a Miles Straw 3-run blast and a massive first career homer from rookie Sean Keys. The Jays hit the road for the next 2 weeks and open up a 3-game set with the Mariners tomorrow. CFL Week 5 gets underway tonight with the 2-1 Argonauts visit the 1-2 Stampeders. Kickoff gets underway at 7 o'clock. Closer to home, the Edmonton Stingers take down the Calgary Surge last night, 95-87 in their third straight win. They're now third in the Western Conference with a 6-7 record and don't play again until tomorrow against Vancouver. And a sellout crowd at Remax Field got to see the Riverhawks win their 6th straight game, winning 8-3 over the Bellingham Bells. That series comes to a close tonight. First pitch at 7:05. The Sports Update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring. We're expecting some changes in Edmonton this offseason. We're talking about your flooring. Paramount Flooring brings over 30 years of trusted service and expert installation with the flooring lineup homeowners actually want. No permission needed to contact us. Visit our showroom, open 7 days a week. We're online at paramountflooring.ca.
And chains there on a throwback Thursday. Don't mind it at all. If you have any requests, you can send them in. Paris Jewelers inbox 780.
We're taking requests now, aren't we?
218-9999. Well, and you asked, I tried to deliver. We will be going to the phones, open phones, sometime in hour 3 today.
Yep. 1-800.
Yeah, 1-900.
Yes.
Yeah, rates apply. Dave Jamieson in for Dustin Nielsen. He's off doing his Canadian Football League.
Rock and roll
He's
duty.
doing his CFL duty.
Yep.
Yeah. He'll be Friday. Tomorrow's game out in Ottawa. The 0-3 Red Blacks hosting the 2-1 Riders. Week 5 kicking off tonight, as you heard in the update there. The Stamps at home to the Argonauts in the 2nd annual Stampede Bowl. We'll see if Chad Kelly can throw over 1,000 yards in a game tonight, which I'm not going to put it past him.
1,000 yards, 3 interceptions, and yet they win.
It doesn't in his sleep.
It doesn't-
Yeah. He
exactly.
adds the interceptions just because, he's got to balance it out. 780-218-9999. Paris Jewelers inbox. Pauline Higgins. I'm
Yes?
here, she says. And you heard her there in the traffic update. If you're listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, welcome back. Pauline says, I'm here. Just had some tech issues this morning. Few. Thanks for noticing. Of course. I will be away on Monday and Tuesday, though. You'll have a new gal, Alia. She's great. Play nice. Okay. Hope you guys had a great Canada Day. Have the best day. NHL Free
One of
Agent
the
Frenzy Day.
nicest
Free
texts
Agent
we've
Frenzy.
received here.
We don't get a lot of them.
No,
but
we
yes,
don't get those.
A couple heart emojis and even a kissing emoji there with, don't make me blush. So yes, Alia, we look forward to that Monday and Tuesday.
welcome.
And welcome to the mix. Big G says Miss Higgins is doing traffic. Thank you very much. Great song, Chris the Plumber. Yeah. Well, if you have any other requests, send them in 780-218-9999 on this Throwback Thursday. Let's get into off-season. What off-season right now is the Nielsen Show, brought to you by Weiss Johnson, coming to you live from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio. Off-season. What off-season for GCL Diesel? Providers of the best diesel engine components around, from turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors. They are the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton, Northern Alberta area for over 50 years. So continuing to get your thoughts on what happened yesterday. They left it late. I mean, not coming out of the chute in terms of a horse racing, right? Like they were still in.
And they're off.
Yeah, and they're all off. Yeah. And then the Oilers were in the thing, kind of, frothing at the mouth and
champing at the bit.
Some people almost wanted to put him down, and then they get out of there and
they had a very good day.
Yeah, they
at the end of the day
finish on the podium.
Yeah, we're not doing letter grades yet, though, right? You want to hold that for later?
We can.
No. I don't want to force you.
I'm comfortable doing it right now, and I'll do it right now. Trev, you've got a letter grade probably clanging around in your brain there, have you?
I do.
Okay,
I'm ready.
Okay, without any further and play along. Nasty chat on YouTube. How would you letter grade?
Stan Bowman letter grade.
Stan and the team.
And the team. Okay.
Because some of you thinking that he didn't do anything and it was all the AGMs that were kind of. Well, hey, you think what you want. I'll
go first. You drop it.
A-.
A-? That's not bad. That's good.
Now, is that you say that in a surprising fashion?
No,
am I too high or too
low?
Oh, you're okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's all.
I go B+.
B+.
Okay, yeah, I'll see you there too. What are you doing then?
Okay, so the nurse getting rid of him.
Yeah, that
no
moves to
retention.
no
retention.
No retention.
That's
That's
the key.
A territory.
And not having to throw in a pick.
Yes.
For that's,
2 humans back.
That's crazy.
Yes.
So that's an A+. I grade that. The Shea, I think that's an A. The term's a little like 5 years. 4 I would have preferred, but 5's okay. Yeah. Anderson, interesting. So I'm right with you guys. Like I'm probably.
What's your reservation on Anderson? Is it health? His ability to stay healthy?
I think with the 3 goalies they have, you could argue that they become one.
Yeah.
With Levi's
there's a
inexperience
melding?
and Jari and Anderson's injury history, I think you probably got a good goalie in there somewhere.
So you're
between the three of them.
Frankensteining your goaltending.
Yeah.
You're just body part on
Yeah, and you combine them all
torso
and,
and
like clay, and you kind of mold them up.
I think I'll go B+ just because I don't want to give Stan an A. I
Fair
refuse
enough.
to give Stan an
what?
A.
Because of last off season?
And
Once bitten,
yes.
twice shy.
Absolutely.
Great white.
And the trades he's made in between that as well. So yeah, I'll go B+.
Okay.
It's hard not
Tidy
to let
work.
his prior work cloud maybe your judgment in letter grading in this. I understand, and I think that's where a lot of people
that's unfair.
come from. It is
because
no, you just take it. I'm just asking the question on yesterday. That's it.
Right. And when the time comes where Stan Bowman is relieved of duties as general, and it will happen, and it happens a lot in these parts, that's when you can, in totality, look at the work he's done and say, okay, C+ general manager during his however many years, C-, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But in isolation, and that's what we're talking about. What did you get done? And, we skipped by Murphy and Dickinson because they were done earlier.
Those we already did our grades on those.
But it's part of the work done.
Now, again, I will say they have some money. The top 6. If he would have delivered a top, and you can whoever that might be, whatever, we don't know. But a top 6 forward, I think, was a box that was left unchecked, and that's fine. I don't need everything done yesterday. But again, it's that Darnell Nurse, no retention. As Trev said, you're not throwing anything in with it. You're getting back 2 players, 1 ready to go. We'll see how he kind of factors into the lineup in terms of Shakir there. But then I think everything else, you didn't just go out and get a goalie. You got 2 good price points for the both of them. And to go down the line a bit, bringing Kasperi Kapanen back, maybe you could argue 2.6, shave that down to 2, but whatever, it's 1 year. I like the Shea acquisition. You mentioned the term. Okay, but you meet in the middle. Okay, 5, 4, okay. But you need to address something there. His was a name mentioned. They get him. So again, I will go and the Nurse thing bumps me into the A. It's an A- because I don't think, and again, I think so many people are not clouded, but the Nurse thing was so high, and that's I'm falling victim to this. I've got him in A territory just because of that. But is this really the best free agent? Like Troll says, 2 years ago, everyone said the Oilers won free agency when they brought in Jeff Skinner and Arvidsson. Because of those guys, they lost Broberg, Holloway. It was a disaster. So I'm not going to say they won or lost yesterday. Cowardly move, Troll. We're just looking at the moves yesterday, not what could happen or might happen moving forward. Yeah. He says it looks good on paper, though. And yes.
But isn't really that what the exercise of free agency is? Bobrovsky, there were people, and obviously it's weighted in favor the analysis because of Toronto, where it is, the size of the market, the importance of that franchise, that signing Bobrovsky for $7 million, and I'm going to go to a dark place right now. Could you not foresee, because it's the Leafs and Bobrovsky is an older player, older goaltender, that doesn't play out well?
Yeah, I can absolutely see that happening.
I don't necessarily want
surprised.
to. I don't have feelings really about the Toronto Maple Leafs.
No,
I don't wake up going, God, I hate them. They enough self-inflicted wounds in that franchise's history. They don't need my help, to be worse.
And I don't think Bobrovsky, he's done as much as he can do, and he wanted personal stuff, and he got personal stuff here in this deal. So, and the Leafs kind of fell victim to that, but they get a shiny new toy there.
Sure.
But just, again, going over the Oilers, and Rye Guy says Bowman's moves yesterday were an A-, but the team overall is still a B-. We need to give Dry a decent winger already. In a perfect world, our third line could be Pods, Dick, Cap, everything can't be done overnight, but still some work to do. I would agree. I just
absolutely.
I don't think you come out of yesterday saying, wow, this is the best and this is all set and everything. And I do think, and again, I will say it's the stuff maybe that wasn't done. And to go back to the legit top six, Kevin Shattenkirk's mouth says, is there even anybody available for legit top six? Whether or not there's anybody available via signing or trade, they didn't go out and overpay or do something stupid in that regard. So if they didn't like what they saw, they obviously didn't do anything. You've got some money. You can wait around. I'd say it's nice, again, going into spring and a trade deadline, if you are in a great position, like this team should be, to maybe address that need then and there. I do believe next year's free agency crop is going to be something spectacular aside from this one's, more so, more shiny things. So something could knock loose later on in the spring. And that's when you make that move. So, but again, not saying that there was still a need for it. There still is a need for it. And since it wasn't addressed, we're just going over the body of work yesterday.
Yes.
He didn't complete everything he had to do. And maybe that's a good thing as well. So,
and you've said it several times already. There was not the one deal that left people, scrambling for ways to describe crap.
yeah.
Where you go, oh my God, did he ever get suckered on that guy?
Amishman19 says, YTT, fire up a Marchenko trade.
Yeah.
You want to? No. I know we're done with the trade of the day, but if you wanted to make one here, maybe we do for the next week.
Tapping out.
Your trade of the day is acquiring a top six winger.
No, thanks.
Yeah, I'm stepping in on behalf of Tube here. No, you're out of that game.
No, that was fun.
Until it wasn't.
Yeah, until it wasn't. I will say, that's the player. And I don't think you're going to get that. But there's no players of Marchenko's caliber on the market right now. If you were to acquire a top six winger, you'd have to trade for one.
Well, there was.
Will they do that? I doubt it.
A lot of people wanted a Giroux, a Claude Giroux.
Yeah,
now
a lot of talk around
I don't
him.
know if his idea of coming out here would be a thing.
Never played in the West. And he went to Ottawa, which is not certainly, what was this, 2 years ago when Giroux signed there?
Detroit used to be in the West.
Yes,
but
that is home for him.
Yeah.
And that was the lure of going to Ottawa. It wasn't because, the Senators are in, jeopardy of winning a Stanley Cup soon.
See, when you're talking about going out west, you really got to, because when you're out east, west is Toronto or whatever.
Right.
I mean, in a sense.
We can't even imagine Manitoba.
Well, that's...
Right.
Yeah, and how about Stuart Skinner?
Good for him.
Yeah.
Vinny Desharnais cashes
Vinny
in.
Desharnais, what did we say?
What the
Desharnais
heck?
is French for overpay. The Leon's body language in the PJ's inbox. Conch for the seaweed man getting a big payday. Sure. We have nothing against little old Vinny here. I mean, that's I'll give him a call.
That's crazy.
Well,
What was his reaction to the agent phoning him saying Washington at, 4.2?
Yeah.
well, I think the agent's getting a very nice box of chocolates
Oh,
for
yeah.
Christmas. I think
He-
there's a little.
I mean, you got to think Vinny is sitting there at home with his, significant others and goes, I'm sorry, it's pretty staticky where you are. What was the number?
Yeah.
Then he passes out.
Right.
And then his wife, puts the smelling salt. Yeah, no, good for him. And somebody bringing that up too. And how good does the Murphy do? I mean, it was kind of a wild, weird week leading up to yesterday. And I think when you're looking at all the wild, weird things that happened, and the Oilers are not part of that conversation for once.
I got a word for you that I will apply to Stan Bowman and the Oilers' work at free agency. Disciplined. It was a methodical, disciplined approach. Well, that's two words.
Yeah.
Fair?
Well, you can combine them if you want.
But there was no sort of swashbuckling move, the flex, not that they had the money to do so. But I thought it was a disciplined approach to what they had available to them and the needs that they were able to address.
Coyote Steve, 55. Eric, the Oilers should trade for Anderson from Montreal. Would be great on 29 wing. There was a lot of Anderson talk in years past.
again,
that was always a bit of one of those
5
things.
years ago, I'd be like, yes.
Yeah, and again, and I'm not Coyote Steve. You can think what you want. There's no wrong answers here. We're listeners and media members. We're spitballing. We can say whatever we want. We're not pulling the strings.
We're pilot fish.
You can have
on the
whatever
whale.
idea you want, but again, them not engaging in something like that, I think, is a win. And
Exactly.
then so that's I still say that box remains to be checked, but they didn't rush into it. So maybe my grade's a little low. Maybe it should be an A on the dot, but I will still stick with the A-. Your letter grades on Stan Bowman and the team, 780-218-9999, or in the nasty chat as well. On the road with JT Shark, Oilers need some toughness. Maybe they could look at acquiring a guy like Darnell Nurse. Or something.
I get what you did there.
Well, okay. We're
That's
now
funny.
down to they're not tough enough.
That's a deadline acquisition. You load up for a...
Matthew Joseph is tough. I don't know how much game time he's going to see. Max Jones back in the fold.
Hey,
Trent
get
Frederick.
the guy out of Columbus.
I think they pot Colson. I mean, they. I think Ike Howard though.
Oh no, he's in.
He's
Gotta be
in.
Oh yeah, he's in.
Where?
Top 6. He's going to be in the top 6. Yeah, and he should get at least a look in the top 6.
I wouldn't mind a look. I'm just saying. I think it's kind of. I don't know.
You think it's early?
No,
for that,
I
or
just-
he's not suitable?
Well, who would you prefer above him? Because I get
Somebody
that
that's not on the team yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
yeah.
right
if
now, yes. Yeah.
Right now, I mean, you're probably going to have Kasperi Kapanen now that he's back. Yeah, he probably rounds out your top 6, but just with his potential and skill, Ike Howard, he needs minutes. If you want him on the team, he has to be in the top.
Let's not forget what they've said. Babcock is going to, at least in theory and early, restrict minutes for Draisaitl and McDavid, right? They're not going to be playing as much. So those minutes have got to go somewhere else. You don't buy what they're... Babcock himself didn't say that.
I'll believe it
But
when I
they're
see it.
assuming that
I'll
that's
believe
what-
it when I see it.
Okay.
I'll believe it when I see it. How do you feel about an Anthony? May I interest you in this Anthony Mantha?
Anthony Mantha. Yeah, he's still out there.
Still out there.
Yeah, he had his best year. I think was it not a career year last year in Pittsburgh? Very surprising because I know his career was kind of trending downwards.
Yes, it was.
And so he pops off with that season. Contract year. I don't know. That one's got some risk to it.
We Oilers says if Trev had this Nurse trade as his trade of the day, he would have gotten roasted. Grudgingly, tip of my cap to Bowman for that one. We Oilers says. 780-218-9999. Still some great messages here in the Paris Shoes inbox.
I wouldn't be grudging when I
But
tip my
people
hat.
still don't want to give
I
too
know.
much credit now. Again, once bitten.
Why shy? Great White said it.
Spruce Grove Corey says summer's not over yet, JMO. So I don't know what that's in relation to, but there you go.
Sure.
It's just
Okay, duly noted.
We're just getting started.
Yeah.
Are we able to confirm what's happening with Janmark? Could Howard be part of a trade package?
I mean,
And this goes to the summer's not
Could
over
be.
yet text and Howard and Matthias Janmark. I know we teased about talking about him earlier in the week. Dustin wanted no part of it.
Why did he want no part?
Well, because I don't know. It's just kind
it's
of a
Dustin,
joke.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I do wonder though with that individual and a few others that maybe, just maybe, you got money. You got a few players now that you could dangle. Do you want to cook together a Janmark, Ike, and
something
something?
else. And a
You know
pick? Well, yeah, Ike
Careful
Howard.
now,
People, why Trev? Why are you trading Ike Howard? It's like, well, he has the most trade value out of someone.
He's got the most curb appeal
Yeah, because
of a young Oiler.
yeah, he's not a immediate roster player, right? So, yeah, he's got trade value. If the Oilers were to make a trade, I think he would definitely be in it if it was for a bigger player. You know?
You would expect that.
Yeah.
My middle name is Trevor texts and DeBrusk is still available. Seemed to be some smoke on that front yesterday. DeBrusk, Kirby Doc. We mentioned Mantha, Claude Giroux. Any of these names
Just keep
give
shouting
you a wee
names.
tinkle.
I think I traded for Jake DeBrusk in one of my trades.
Did you do a Doc?
No.
No?
No, I mean, that guy.
I was here for a DeBrusk.
Yeah, Kirby Doc, so much potential when he first got drafted. His first few years with Chicago, I was like, damn, like this is
Local
gonna be
guy.
fun. Local guy as well.
guy.
But that guy cannot, for the life of him, stay healthy. So another risk there.
Patrick Kane.
Patty Kane.
Wasn't there talk of him the Leafs? Wasn't that something yesterday
Patty
on the
Kane,
wind,
yeah.
on the breeze?
Yeah. Rye guy Tarasenko, he had a decent year with Mini.
Yeah. I think though,
But it's just annoying. All these players were. It's like, oh, they're
that's
past
our
their
first.
prime.
That's our
the
first thing. We're throwing at these players, and our initial reaction is,
Yeah.
But could they be revived here
Well,
under Babs?
Yeah, but I think again to the moves that didn't happen. If we're going, good that none of them were brought in, and I guess we'll see where this trend's moving forward. Again, I don't mind. I don't mind coming in, and even with Ike, I mean, give him a look, whatever. Take what you got right now, see what you got, and maybe at the trade deadline, there's something that can crack loose and explore, and they can maybe make an impactful kind of, punch to the system that really propels you forward to the playoffs at the deadline. Maybe that's the play. So,
you bought yourself time. You've given yourself money.
Yeah. Egg
How is
says
that bad?
You could say Darnell Nurse is now a nurse shark.
Huh. I see what you did.
And I don't have the CSI theme on me, but you get the point there. That's a good text, Eggs. That could go in for text of the day.
Racket.
And it might even go in for text of the year at the Estes. 780-218-9999. Your best text today going in the mix for text of the day.
Ooh, a nurse shark is a curious-looking beast. I hadn't seen one in a while. My, oh, my.
Yeah, lots of different types of sharks, but a nurse shark,
yes, there are.
one of the more popular in terms of a name, your hammerheads and your nurses. And Stan Bowman grade, they're better in cap space, net, and arguably defense, plus some good re-signs. A-. I agree with LTE. Brent Killington texts in. How about that other Kane guy, Sandwich Dan?
Oh, no.
That's a joke, isn't it, Sandwich
the
Dan?
phone
We're not
calls.
actually
His phone
entertaining
has no
that.
ring. He said there was going to be a lot of ring, but no ring.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Is that a quote?
Well, like on his when he was on that stream with Neon, he's I'll be getting some calls.
Yeah, I don't have any time for that. I'm sorry. I think we've all
Neither
kind of
do
moved
I.
on from there.
But the times were good when he was here, hey?
Yeah.
Sure.
Morgan says, if we're going out and getting an older winger, give me Claude Giroux all day long. So,
Right in the face-off
of all
circle.
the names we've said, is that the one that kind of tops the list? And if so,
It is for me.
third-
I'm just raising my
Yeah.
hand. I don't know why.
Third line center potentially.
Come on now.
You have a third line of three centermen.
I have some
Dickinson,
information
Nugent,
on nurse sharks if you'd like it. You guys have a moment?
How about Corey Perry for $1 million? Loved when he was here. Perry did,
Signed in LA for $1 million.
yeah. That would have been something, in terms of returning players, I mean, I would have had a little time for that. I think he was...
He's the LeBron of the NHL.
Well, he's great in the leadership.
Hates the winners, I guess.
Yeah, that's, well... Yeah.
Who just wants to win?
Nurse shark information? Sorry,
I
you
do,
wanted to-
yes.
spit
Nurse
the
sharks
facts
are
here.
generally docile and non-aggressive. They pose very little threat to humans and usually prefer to swim away or ignore divers.
Jesus.
However, like any wild animal, they will defend themselves and bite if they are stepped on, harassed, or physically provoked. So,
Is that a nurse shark, or are you reading Darnell Nurse's...
I'm reading. That's actually what. Listen, would AI
well.
lead me astray?
That's
There
a
it
lot
is.
of water you spent on that. Spruce Grove Corey
Largely
says it's,
inactive during the day.
he goes, it's fitting as nurse sharks spend a majority of their time on their stomachs on the sea floor.
which is true, and they that also.
That's an outstanding, but
Text
you're
of
not
the
lying
day.
here.
That's
Spruce
a
Grove
good
Corey's joking around, but that to me is
Right
apt
there.
of the player it is. That's amazing stuff.
Yes,
That's funny.
we wish him well.
Darnell Nurse to the Sharks, Rusty Shackelford says. Edmonton finally found someone willing to bite.
Ha! Yeah. Rack it up.
This could be your path to text of the day here. So 3 strong ones on Nurse,
Yes.
Nurse Shark, and all of that. And again, once I think I gave him already, I'm going to double it up. A conch to Mike Greer this morning.
You know, everyone fixates on the Mike Greer hockey card with him eating the slice of pizza while sitting on the box. I fixate on the fact that on his right hand wrist, he's wearing a watch.
That's where you...
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's looking at the pie. You're looking at the
yeah,
watch.
I'm going, why has he got a Rolex on?
We were supposed to get to Fired Up. We kind of were fired up anyways. We've been fired up the whole show. How could you not be?
Yeah.
For Gemco. But we'll give them a little more love. They deserve it around 8:40. We'll bump that segment just after our hot take. In which we'll just have just a measured hot take. No, nothing, no
careful, that take
tomfoolery
is
or
hot.
whatever. Yeah. But we'll get out here right now. Our one of the Nielsen Show was brought to you by Ewell, your power play specialists. Ewell has the gear you need for your next electrical project with 3 Edmonton area locations. You can order online anytime at ewell.ca. Ewell, your Edmonton-based partner in power and source for all things electrical. We'll get to a sports update here with YouTube Trev. If you're listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, it'll be a traffic update from the always outstanding Paul Colleen Higgins. We'll be back with Bruce Boudreau just after 7 o'clock. We'll go over everything the Oilers did and elsewhere around the NHL during NHL free agent frenzy. But this sports update is brought to you by Expedia Cruises. Join YouTube Trev for the best trip of his life. A weekend of Blue Jays baseball in Toronto as they take on the Chicago White Sox July 17 to 19. Contact Chelsea LaBelle at Expedia Cruises, Northeast Edmonton today to get on the waiting list. You can call or text 780-970-4834. Dave Jamieson in for Dustin Nielsen. I'm Lieutenant Eric. Hour 2 of the Nielsen Show coming next, brought to you by Weiss Johnson, coming to you live from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio.
Darnell Nurse and all of his contracts have been traded to San Jose for blueliners Shakir, Mukhamadullin, and Zack. Sharp GM Stan Bowman didn't stop there, landing goalie Frederik Andersen on a 1-year deal, signed defenseman Ryan Shea to a 5-year contract, and swung a trade for Buffalo netminder Devin Levi. And both Kasperi Kapanen and Max Jones resigned on 1-year deals as well. Around the league, the Leafs landed Sergei Bobrovsky on a 3-year, $21 million deal. Washington bolstered their middle with Boone Jenner. Pittsburgh grabbed Andrei Kuzmenko, and John Carlson is headed to the Lightning on a 2-year deal. Former Oilers Victor Arvidsson signed 2 years with Detroit. Calvin Pickard is off to the Wild on a 1-year deal, and Stuart Skinner is headed to Winnipeg. Over at Rogers Center, the Blue Jays gave us fireworks. They throttled the Mets 9-3, fueled by a Miles Straw 3-run blast and a massive first career homer from rookie Sean Keys. The Jays hit the road for the next 2 weeks and open up a 3-game set with the Mariners tomorrow. CFL Week 5 gets underway tonight when the 2-1 Argonauts visit the 1-2 Stampeders. Kickoff gets underway at 7 o'clock. Closer to home, the Edmonton Stingers take down the Calgary Surge last night, 95-87 in their third straight win. They're now third in the Western Conference with a 6-7 record and don't play again until tomorrow against Vancouver. And a sellout crowd at Remax Field got to see the Riverhawks win their 6th straight game, winning 8-3 over the Bellingham Bells. That series comes to a close tonight. First pitch at 7:05. The Sports Update is brought to you by Expedia Cruises. Join YouTube Trev for the best trip of his life. A weekend of Blue Jays baseball in Toronto, July 17th to 19th, 2026. Contact Chelsea LaBelle at Expedia Cruises in Northeast Edmonton to join Trev in Toronto. Call or text 780-970-4834.
Edmonton's own SNFU on a Throwback Thursday here. It is hour 2 of the Nielson Show, brought to you by Weiss Johnson. Check them out today for all your AC, heat pump, water, all that stuff. WJSportsTalk.com is where you can go. Book an estimate with them today. Dave Jamieson in for Dustin Nielsen. He's off doing the CFL duty. Red, Blacks, and Riders tomorrow from Ottawa. Week 5 kicking off tonight. Stamps and Argonauts down in Calgary. We are coming to you live from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studio. Coming up this hour, we'll have your Play Alberta early bird. We'll maybe look at the World Cup of Soccer. Hour 2 is brought to you by GameSense. When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed. Visit GameSenseAB.ca there and how. Remember, if you gamble, use your GameSense EST presented by Play Alberta. You can download the app or head to playalberta.ca today. I got beef coming up as well. If you have any beef, send them in. 780-218-9999 is the Paris Jewelers inbox. Reid Wilkins will be by as well to round out hour number 2 after his 6-hour free agent special here on EST yesterday alongside Dustin Nielsen and Benny Thompson. So Reid, he just doesn't know when to quit. Hey,
nope, won't stop.
Works one day
Can't
and then
stop,
works the
won't
next
stop.
day. It's hell of a stuff. Good time. Charlie texts in, hoping to see Rick from the Achy Breaky podcast at the Blackhawk concert tomorrow night. I'll be there. I'll see you there, man. My wife and I are going. Can't wait for Blackhawk at Midway. I got back-to-back concerts with Gowan playing River Cree tonight. What a time to be alive.
Strange animal.
I heard a few people going to that one as well, so enjoy your time. Good time, Charlie, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Lucas asks, how about a little something from Robot Hive Exodus? A little clutch, maybe, on a Throwback Thursday. If you have any requests, get them in, 780-218-9999. As mentioned in hour 3, we might go to the phones, open line time, on Stan Bowman cooking yesterday for free agency. Some signings, some deals as well, and always welcoming your letter grade. We did that in hour number 1.
B+.
A-, B+ for Trev. So we'll also ask our next guest here for his letter grade and everything happened around the Oilers and around the NHL as a whole, or maybe stuff that hasn't yet happened as well. And he joins us now on the Firehouse Subs hotline. It is Bruce Boudreau for GS Construction. For more than 5 decades, GS Construction has been proud to serve our communities, and once again, they are hiring now. They're looking for experienced top men, pipe layers, and operators. Visit gsconstruction.ca. Click on careers to find out more. Bruce, great morning to you. Welcome back to the program. We were heading into yesterday in free agency, and around these parts specifically, it was Darnell Nurse. That was the topic of conversation. Will they move him? How much will they have to retain? And even the will they move him question popped up. There was a scenario in which maybe if you can't find something good, don't get rinsed, and he stays for another year. But your thoughts on the Oilers' body of work yesterday? If you have a letter grade you'd like to share, please give it to us. But, I mean, specifically, Darnell Nurse, no retention. That's got to be a win. Are you muted? Bruce, I think you're muted. Sorry.
There we go. There you go.
I think there was an SH word uttered there. I could see in the forming of his, the parsing of his lips. Yeah.
Bruce is one of us.
Bruce, if you can reconnect, we'll get you back in there.
Yeah.
No problem at all. You're
That's
looking
okay.
good. The camera's framed properly. So we just need to get that audio going. But if you'd like to reconnect, we'll bring you back into the pool here. Good morning, guys. Great Oilers day yesterday. I'm wondering about the forward lines. Up front, we need all wingers to be capable of one-shot goal scoring, not goal pad assassins. Hyman, RNH, Savoy are just that. So one additional winger is needed. We did talk about that box unchecked, West End Ron. To have a possible Podkolzin, Dickinson captain could be the perfect third line with Frederick, Doc, Joseph, Jones, a fourth. It's a sweet lineup. I think looking at the lineup today, it looks pretty good. Again, you could be a little greedy and say one more additional winger is needed. And I don't think that's unfair. However, we did discuss...
it's the correct assessment.
Yeah, but just because you're hungry, you don't eat whatever's available, right? You could say, you know what, I am hungry, and I will wait till that perfect meal or whatever. Maybe that's not the best analogy.
Good
but I think
players will shake loose. What do they say? 20-game mark? You kind of know what you got?
20 games, 200, 500, there's lots of,
Yeah, but you know, when you get into a season, right? It's okay, we know what we have largely with our team.
Yeah. Again, I don't mind.
Ain't
I don't
done.
mind this as it stands, and you wait until trade deadline or whatever. You got that walking around cash, and then maybe you make your move. So Shanked One says, guys, it's got to be an A for Bowman. And he shows his work. He signed both Dickey and Murphy. We're talking about yesterday, the Dickey and Murphy deals. But again, if you want to, okay, you're including that. Good deals which kept them out of free agency. So that's good. Those deals prevented them from doing anything there. Showing great patience on the Nurse deal as players are coming off the free agency board as he worked at it. His third point, all the players he brought in are good. Oh, we got
there.
here. I just want to finish a point here. All the players he brought in are good in the PK. That's another issue. No overpayments. Salaries will come down to the remaining free agent. Good job, Stan. Yeah, so that's why I gave him an A-. You're giving him an A. That's the highest grade we've seen yet. But Bruce, welcome back. We can hear you now loud and clear. Your thoughts on the Oilers' tidy business yesterday?
Well, I think they took care of things that they had to do. I mean, to me, Darnell Nurse was like Mitch Marner. Everybody wanted him sort of out of the town, and so they did it. They may end up regretting it. I don't know. When we talk about the retention of all this in a year, that $9 million is going to be looking like a third line center money. Because I mean, the way the guys were signing for the big money yesterday, it's really not going to look as bad as it was. But you know what? I think he was the whipping boy in Edmonton when things went wrong. It was all about Darnell Nurse. I think moving him out was great, but you had to get something back to make the team better. And I think Shea's, the guy they got from Pittsburgh, is pretty good. I watch Pittsburgh hockey a lot here, and I think he's a pretty good hockey player. And I mean, it was only, I thought, 1 year that he had. So I'm always leery when the players sign for the big money or get a good deal after they've only had one good year. Like Radish in Toronto, for example. I'm saying, yeah, what a fabulous year, but he's only done it once and he's 30. So, I mean, do you take that gamble? But I think Shea's a young enough defenseman that I think it's going to be working out for him. I think I was really happy that they went and got the two goalies, Levi and Anderson. I mean, they had to make a change there. Now, if Tristan Jarry and Anderson are the duo, I mean, both of them have a tendency to get hurt a lot. So it's going to be, you're going to need them both playing at their best. I think they both have something to prove. So I think it's going to be, yeah, I'm going to show you kind of attitude by both of them. And I think that's great. Re-signing Kapanen was a good deal, I thought. So, I mean, and you know what? Then now they've got they got their team. They got to deal with Mike Babcock. That's the biggest thing. And if they can get through that and put him sort of on the back burner, and that he's not first and forefront on every game and every reaction, then I think they did okay. I don't know. Even Levi, I think, is a pretty good goaltender. Like, I mean, to get him and to be the third guy, unless they get him to be the second guy and they've still got moves planned somewhere else, I don't know. But I gave them a B for what they did, because they definitely tried to improve the team, but time will tell. Like you always know in October. Like, I mean, was it? Oh, that's good. Like, let's not forget Nashville 2 years ago. Everybody thought, whoa, they had the best free agency, and they went for a complete dump. So, I mean, we'll see. But I like the attempt at what they did this summer.
Yeah, you don't get a banner or a ring for winning July 1, and we've seen that documented various times around the league, even here a couple years back. I'm glad, though, you went to Babcock. I was maybe going to, but we only get you every second week. So just your thoughts on...
You can get me more. All you have to do is ask.
It's in the contract.
Anyway, go on.
I'll make the deals. But yeah, your thoughts on that. I mean, he was introduced. He was rolled out here alongside DJ Smith, who spoke as well and kind of said that he's going to be the soft touch, I guess, to his hard one. But I get your thoughts on how all that kind of rolled out here, last week.
Well, you know what? I mean, the biggest thing to me when I was reading it and seeing it is that they said everybody was on board. And what I always, the first thing that goes through my mind all the time is everybody's on board in the summer. But it's, I mean, the first time that they sit there, or maybe not the first time, but if he does it more than once and they say, Connor, you're not playing very well, you sit at the end of the bench, we'll see how that reaction is. I mean, I don't know if a Leopard changes his spots. Mike Babcock has said he's going to do what he does, and so I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how it works out. Now, for X's and O's and coaching and everything else, Mike Babcock is at the top of the list. He's very, very good. We all know that. It's just where he's had trouble is dealing with people, and so we'll see if his dealing from the hard AS, the hard guy to I don't know what I can say these days. Anyway, to the hard bum guy to the understanding guy is going to be interesting, and I definitely think this will be the first year in a few years that the Edmonton Oilers will get off to a really good start. I just think the new coach, the different style, and everything else, it'll be a good start. Whether it lasts, it will be the story, and hopefully it does. We'd like to see Edmonton back in the Cup final.
Yeah, and a good start would be a refreshing change from most of their starts, whether it's season, Christmas, Olympic break, whatever. I mean, that they've been notoriously slow starters. Wanted one more Oiler one. I know, Dave, we're going to talk a little Leafs as well here, but we were talking about what Bowman did yesterday and also what he didn't do. And when we come out of yesterday, there were none of those things or deals where you looked at it and said, oh my God, player X for wow, that much term or that much money, or there didn't seem to be any of those errors or glaring things that jumped off the page in terms of transactions. And the one box that remains unticked is, I guess, maybe acquiring a legit top six winger. There were some names out there. They ultimately didn't go that route. They have some money now in their pockets. They can maybe wait, trade deadline, see what shakes loose there. So your thoughts on, kind of some of the players, the Giroux's out there and Manthas or whatever, and where do you come out on them kind of sitting tight and sitting packed and not making that move yesterday?
Well, I really do like that they didn't make that move, because when you're doing that and you're sort of begging to find that one player that fits in the top six, you always overpay. And I'm sure there's reasons like that Mantha's still out there. I'm thinking he had his career year. Now he's looking for 5 years and, big money, and everybody else is going, hold on a minute. He had one good year, but there's been a lot of years where he hasn't been that good. So, I think that's one of the big reasons I like sitting back after day one and seeing what's left, because you can probably get the better deals and the better bargains in the next day. Now, today will be a day that they will sign again. Other teams will sign again, but then it gets really quiet for a while after day two of free agency, and then they sputter and get guys in August and late July. But I'm really happy that the Oilers didn't go and say, oh, we need that guy and we're going to give him, we'll make another move and we'll get this guy and we'll spend as much money as we can. So I think sitting back and waiting till the dust clears is a really good move on their part.
Bruce, John Jacob was brought in to usher in change in Toronto. We've certainly done that. Whether you agree with all the moves or not, they are going to be a different team. Sergei Bobrovsky, is $7 million the right amount of money for him, and is he the right goalie at this time for them?
Well, that's a real interesting question. I talked about this a lot yesterday, and in my opinion, unless you're going for the Stanley Cup in the next year or two, then I don't know why you would go get Bobrovsky. And I don't think the Leafs are in contention to win a Stanley Cup in the next year or two. Maybe it was to show Austin Matthews that we're going to be all in and you'll want to re-sign here. I don't know that part, but I do know they made an awful lot of moves. And in my history, sometimes you make too many moves and you got to get all those guys together as a team, and it takes a while to get together as a team. And I think sometimes 7 moves that they've made since they acquired Radish is an awful lot of change on a team that, they had a bad year, but the year before, they lost to Florida in 7 games and were a pretty good team. And so it's going to be interesting. I thought, like, when they went out and got Roslovic, the first thing that I thought was, well, you know what, if he was going to be a top 6 forward, wouldn't Edmonton have re-signed him? And so I've followed his career through Winnipeg, through Columbus, through Edmonton. He starts out quick and then he really peters out after the halfway mark. So, I don't know if that was a great signing. For me anyway. What the Leafs did, they established a 4th line. They didn't work on their defense, which, if you want Bobrovsky, And Bobrovsky, let's look at it. In the last 3 years, his numbers have gone down, down, and down. And he is 37, will be 38 this year. I don't know if that's because Florida was bad last year or whether Bob was getting – sometimes you just get old. And so that's going to be an interesting scenario as well. So the Leafs, they made a lot of moves. They made a big splash. They were probably the headliners everywhere. But my jury is out on whether they did a lot to make themselves a lot better.
Yeah, like I don't know if the needle moves quite so much. You mentioned Bobrovsky stealing the headlines, and certainly so, but it was kind of a lot of, Morgan Riley's still there. You mentioned the defense. So I don't know. We can't tell in July, I guess, but we'll move on. What else yesterday made you kind of tilt back in your rocking chair and really kind of slap you across the face like a wet salmon yesterday in terms of movement around the league? We've talked Oilers, we've talked Leafs. Anything else that got Bruce excited?
Well, you know what? I don't know why, but I always like watching what teams like Tampa do. And they seem to make smart moves all the time. I think like getting John Carlson to fit in on that defense. Also, like if Hedman is back, and then they can split the power play duties, and maybe Radish won't be missed as much. The Mikheyev signing I thought was really good, only because I had him in Vancouver, and he played the whole first half of the year with me with a torn ACL and still had 13 goals. So I think his capabilities are really good. I like what they do, and it's sort of subtle stuff sometimes, but I'm always impressed. What I didn't like is I looked at Detroit didn't do anything, and there's a team that needs to do something. I didn't think Ottawa did anything, and there's a team. Those are two teams. If other teams in the East are getting better, like Florida and Toronto and Tampa and all of, and Montreal's going to be good and Boston's going to be good, then these guys did nothing, and I don't know where they're going to stand in the playoffs. As far as the West goes, I thought Calgary was, they said just, hey, we're not doing anything, and that's the end of it. And they didn't do much, and Vancouver is going to be Vancouver for about the next 5 years, I think. So, I don't know what you can say about them.
Not much.
It'll be interesting to see if Haliburton does get traded. As the talk was going on, but I personally don't think he will be, but that's me. But I'm sure teams are still out there. And in the West, Utah, getting Trocheck and Anders Lee, I think those are two big hits for a team that is not bad. They gave teams a run all year long, so they got better in my mind. And we don't know if they're done. So it's going to be interesting. And July is always interesting, but we'll get to see how it is in August. There's still some good players out there that haven't gone. Edmonton's looking for a pretty solid winger. Can Patrick Kane still do the job? He would be a guy that I would look at that has had. It's not like he's only had one good year in his life. He's been doing it for he's a Hall of Famer for sure. So those are kind of guys that I look to see where they'll end up, and I know they'll end up somewhere good.
All right, time to pop up on that turnbuckle here. Anything you'd like to talk about in the restaurant? I know a lot of people texting in. They want your thoughts on Sami Zayn. So the floor is yours, Bruce.
Sami Zayn's got a body like mine, for crying out loud. How can he be champion? Okay, next time you watch, you ask me if he's got a muscle. It's just he's flexible body. He's flexible. Yeah. And I've met Sammy quite a few times, and we've had conversations, and he's a great guy. But I thought that was a big surprise by him winning, but he's going to lose at SummerSlam. So whoever he fights is going to beat him. But the WWE is great when they want to pull the big surprise out. And I think that was the big surprise the week or the month, whatever. But I just can't see him retaining that for any length of time.
And that is what's coming up next. It is the SummerSlam. The schedule's not in front of me. I'm kind of foreign to all that, but that's the next big one.
You should know that.
Yeah, well, I don't have the schedule in front of me either, but I know there's probably one more pay-per-view before that,
yeah,
where they'll build it up. But I got to believe that it's going to be SummerSlam, and Samuel lose it to somebody, but that's what he does. But he probably, the way I look at it, and I don't look at it that closely, is in his contract they had him winning somewhere, and so this was a good place to win. So he can only win for a short period of time.
Okay, well, speaking of contracts, I'll talk to Dustin. Maybe we'll get you on closer on SummerSlam or whatever, and discuss the summer months.
Hey, I'm available for you guys all the time. So let's go. Let's keep hockey in the forefront for the rest of the summer, and it's not too long before we get back at it.
Absolutely. Bruce Boudreau, we appreciate your time,
Bruce.
man. Take care. That's Bruce Boudreau, our GS Construction hockey analyst this morning. If you're looking for work, they're looking for you. Pop over, gsconstruction.ca, looking for experienced topmen, pipe layers, and operators. You click on careers on that website to find out more. And he joins us on the Firehouse Subs hotline. The new location in the airport, they're serving breakfast. Dusty popped by there the other day. Yeah. You need to go in, but you can just buy a ticket, go in, get the breakfast, and you don't have to get on the flight, but you have,
buy an airplane ticket
and just get into the holding pen or whatever they call it. Right?
Sure.
So if you are flying, fly YEG, EIA, YEG.
Sure.
Head out there and check out the Firehouse Subs at the airport. And I wish that breakfast, I'd like to know what that breakfast is all about, to be honest with you. He said
we have people on the street.
Well, he said there's
us.
egg, cheese, and then like some roast beef, which is a difference to the sausage, bacon, and or ham that you'd get at other places.
Is.
So I don't mind that. Don't mind it. Or maybe a little food drop from the
Well,
people
now
at
let's
Firehouse,
not push it there, Eric.
Yeah. I know the boys yesterday were probably getting a lunch catered. Wouldn't mind
they were.
Wouldn't mind the odd breakfast here as well. I don't mind.
A box, a little mini box of rigid Timbits sitting in the back there. That was probably it from yesterday.
Rock hard.
Yes.
Yeah, you could crack a window with those. 780-218-9999. We got a lot of texts flying in. We'll get to those as well as the show kind of goes.
On Firehouse Subs, by the way, their breakfast offering. But I could do it later.
Now, please.
Okay. They do not serve breakfast at most locations as they primarily focus on hot and cold subs. However, select locations near airports, college campuses, and hospitals occasionally serve breakfast featuring egg and cheese subs like bacon, ham, or steak.
Steak. Mm-hmm. I don't mind it.
Yeah.
Check out Firehouse today. And you, of course, will have more information on the Nurse Shark as well. You are just a Encyclopedia Britannica here, eh?
I am AI.
Let's get to your Play Alberta early bird today. PlayAlberta.ca is where you can go, or download the app and make it easy. They're the title sponsor of Edmonton Sports Talk. Of course, the Jays on the diamond yesterday. Yesterday, 9-3. They beat the Mets, taking 2 of 3 from the Mets in that series. So the Jays have today off. They are hitting the West Coast for a bit of a swing. A 9-gamer, I do believe, which they'll be touching Seattle, San Francisco, and San Diego during that 9-game road trip. That gets underway tomorrow night, 8-10 Jays Mariners. So no play on them today. We will be going World Cup with a couple of delicious ties
as we should.
Later today. Spain, Austria. Spain, one of the heavyweights in this tournament. They are minus 370 favorites. Austria plus 980 in that one. Or you can pick a lot of these games have been going to extra time and or the pens. Yesterday, heartbreak for Senegal. They had it in the bag.
Well,
Belgium comes back and beats them. The latest goal in tournament play. Added minutes in extra time. Portugal and Croatia as well today. That's a big one from Toronto. When you talk about...
Isn't this the last match in Toronto? I think this is the final one.
It should be, as they all kind of, once this kind of, the tournament shrinks down, it'll go more to the States.
Yes.
Of course, Mexico having that home advantage as well. I think they'll be back home to take on England.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Spain, Austria today at 1. Later at 5, Portugal, Croatia from Toronto. Cristiano Ronaldo is there. Big event. Portuguese community, Croatian community, I do believe.
All there.
But firmly represented in Toronto, a city of that nature. So this is going to be a spectacle. 2 great European nations going at it there. That should be fun to watch later on at 5. Your nightcap, it'll be Switzerland and Algeria. That's the game from Vancouver tonight, 9 o'clock in that one for the Swiss and the Algerians. But you can go on. maybe construct a little parlay on today's and tonight's matches. If you are gambling, though, and setting a bit of a flyer, use your Game Sense. Hour 2 brought to you by Game Sense. When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed. Visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your Game Sense. Spain, Austria at 1, Portugal, Croatia from Toronto at 5, Switzerland, Algeria, 9 o'clock from Vancouver's BC Place, or Vancouver Stadium, as they're calling all the
right.
stadiums.
And say I watched the American game last night. It is the San Francisco Bay Area Stadium.
Yes. And no mention, they were showing Lumen Field or Seattle Stadium, if you will. And then on the outside, it said home of the, and they don't exist.
Please don't mention.
Yeah. Edmonton Stadium, if they would have played here. Hey,
yes, they would have.
Yeah. Or maybe would they keep Commonwealth because it's more of a...
It's a fine question, Eric. We'll never know.
We'll never know. So those are the 3 matches today. Should be great. That's your Play Alberta early bird of the day. Coming up, I Got Beef. If you have any beefs, get them in. 780-218-9999. Or in the nasty chat as well. I don't mean to disregard the nasty chat. August 1 and 2, SummerSlam, Casino Dealer J. Thank you very much. The SummerSlam, because I know wrestling's got their main events, the WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, and then they have those in-between pay-per-views that are the No Mercies or the what have yous. I used to be in the game. I'm no longer.
No longer?
I don't know what's
You're
going
lapsed?
on. That could have all changed. I don't know.
That's fine. It's okay.
So, get your thoughts in the Nest chat. If you have any beefs, get them in there as well, but primarily 780-218-9999. And we'll get to some beefs after this sports update. Reid Wilkins also on the way later on, 7:40 to 7:45. We'll get his thoughts on Stan, what he cooked up in the kitchen yesterday.
Stan's the man.
Well, he is the man. Yeah, until he's not again.
Okay. Give him a day, Eric, to at least enjoy that rise, that meteoric rise.
Yeah. Henceforth, July 1 in Edmonton will be known as Stan Bowman Day.
Stan Day.
Stan Day, and we could celebrate by setting off fireworks or having a big cake, or maybe even a pancake breakfast at a local fire hall.
Small town rodeo.
Darcy says, "Hey Eric, the boys had Popeye's chicken delivered yesterday." Okay, that's
excellent.
Good choice, and that's a good. We've had that for various meetings here as well. Lots to pick from and pick through. We are coming to you from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio. Might I suggest the $5.99 big meal? It's for a limited time. I got this yesterday at the West End location. Okay. You get a mini chicken sandwich or 2 tendies. They gave me 3, plus a biscuit and a drink for just $5.99. Outstanding deal. It'll fill you up. It'll get you where you need to go at Popeyes. Beef coming up. Reid Wilkins, sports update right now for the great staff at Park Mazda, and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, where he also cooked yesterday, but it was actually in his kitchen with food. Go check out parkmazda.ca or in the park, and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki. Tell him EST sent you. Dave Jamieson in for Dust Nielsen, Lieutenant Eric. If you're listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, we'll get a quick break, some ads, and a traffic update from the always incredible Pauline Higgins. Here's Trev with the sports.
The Darnell Nurse era is officially over in Edmonton. Stan Bowman moved Nurse and the entirety of his contract to the San Jose Sharks, bringing back a pair of blue liners in Shakir, Mukhamadullin, and Zack Sharp. He overhauled the crease by signing veteran Freddie Anderson to a 1-year deal and making a trade with Buffalo to land young goaltender Devin Levi. He also signed Ryan Shea on a 5-year deal plus 1-year extensions to keep Kasperi Kapanen and Max Jones in the mix. Around the NHL market, the Maple Leafs land their big fish and Sergei Bobrovsky on a 3-year, $21 million contract. Washington grabs Boone Jenner. The Pittsburgh Penguins secure Andrei Kuzmenko, and John Carlson and his talents are heading to Tampa Bay on a 2-year deal. Meanwhile, a few ex-Oilers found new homes. Victor Arvidsson signed for 2 years in Detroit. Calvin Pickard is heading to the Wild on a 1-year deal, and Stuart Skinner is officially the new guy in Winnipeg. Over at Rogers Center, the Blue Jays put on an absolute clinic, demolishing the Mets 9-3. Miles Straw blew it open with a 3-run bomb, and rookie Sean Keyes crushed his first career Major League home run in the win. The Jays now hit the road for a massive 2-week road trip starting tomorrow night with a 3-game set in Seattle. Tonight, CFL Week 5 kicks off at 7 as the 2-1 Toronto Argonauts head into Calgary to battle the 1-2 Stampeders. Your Edmonton Stingers are absolutely rolling, picking up their third straight victory last night with the 95-87 takedown over the Calgary Surge. They sit third in the West on a 6-7 record and hit the court again tomorrow against Vancouver. Finally, a packed house at Remax Field. Watch the Riverhawks capture their 6th straight win, handling the Bellingham Bells 8-3. They look for the sweep tonight at 7:05. Sports Update is brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, who was really sad that the Oilers traded Darnell Nurse.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki with like a giant eagle's wings and singing lead vocals for Leonard Skinner with like an angel band. And I'm in the crowd hammered drunk.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Them yellow jackets keep the tide man.
What say you? Hey, nasty crew. We got the Nielson Show flu, and there's nothing we can do about it. What say you? Hey, nasty crew. My wife thinks I got better things to do, but there's nothing I can do about it. We're tuning in on TuneIn, we're listening online. We catch up with the podcast when we fall behind. We're texting in the nasty chat, what's on our mind? 780-218-9999. No more interference from corporate interest. Just Tati and Eric and all of the bad cats like Brzezinski and Noodles. Gadget can gauge it. Go to play Alberta to make a little wager. We can't wait for the Monday Mandate. Shaky's always on time, Tommy's always late.
Would you like a cup of tea?
Forget about the old place. Hey, we were number 1 in the text race. We don't miss all the commercial breaks, but we sure miss Nickelback today. We want to hear some hot takes and we want to hear Renee. Why not hold the neck up when I want
What say you indeed? 737, Nielson Show original there. All Nielson Show original songs, including Club Beat Loop remixes from The Vault, which we'll probably hear at around 8:05 this morning. For Sport Ball. Check them out today, www.sportball.com. Use code EST15 for 15% off select classes. Get your little one. Focus on fun first, no pressure, just playing and learning. Multi-sport programs, soccer, baseball, basketball, football, and more. If you got a kid out there and you want to get them introduced to the sporting realm, sportball.com is where you can go and jump on that code word EST15 and you get 15% off select classes. Dave Jamieson in for Dustin Nielsen. He's got the CFL Friday Night Football from the nation's capital tomorrow, Ottawa and Saskatchewan. Week 5 kicking off tonight from Calgary, Stamps and Argonauts. Dave, Lieutenant Eric, YouTube Trev with you here as well, coming to you from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studio. Nielsen Show is always brought to you by Weiss Johnson. Check them out today. WJSportstalk.com is where you want to go. Book an estimate with them. AC, hot water pump,
all of it.
Heat, all that good stuff.
All of it.
They'll help you out. And, of course, EST presented by Play Alberta. Welcome back to everybody listening on 95.7 Cruise FM. If you are watching on YouTube this morning, smash that thumbs up. We're at an outstanding pace already. Love to see it. And subscribe to the channel as we pursue 15.3K subscribers. Looking for subs, no DOMs there.
Yes, in hot pursuit.
Have a blast at Blackhawk LT. Found out they were coming 2 days ago. Didn't have the funds for tickets. That's a shame, man. Jamming 33. I will have a blast for you. I can't wait.
Where are they playing?
Midway.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
I like Midway.
Yeah, it's a good place. T-Mac, rugby guy there, working the door.
I saw Headstones there. They were fantastic.
They bring in a lot of good shows. Yeah.
Do they ever?
Wheeler Walker Jr. was there a couple summers ago, bringing his form of profanity-laden, sexually explicit country music.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
What? I'd like to know more, please.
Ministry was playing their old industrial hits. They had their... Midway's a great place to go to check out music, as those venues are disappearing as each time goes by. Yes. Beefs. Let's go around the horn here. I got beef. If you got a beef, 780-218-9999. We'd love to get to them. Would anybody like to take this away?
I'm trying to find my Werther's lozenge that skittered away on me.
Go ahead. Trev, what do you got? What are you beefing with today?
Me first?
Why is it mosquitoes?
Go.
Sure.
Honorable mention to those skeetos.
Yeah.
Those skeeters.
I got 3 bites in the face on the way to work this morning.
I got one on my cheek.
Getting them on the face is not good.
You got 3, hey?
Yeah.
Damn.
Are mosquitoes, legitimate question here, are they not the most aggressive early morning, late at night?
Well, the females.
Do they? Okay.
So the males, they only live like 10 days, and their sole purpose, they won't bite. They just screw. Like their whole, well, so the male gets born, and the male needs to have sex.
Okay.
And then it dies, and that's it. But the female can live for like weeks on end, and needs the blood and the biting to foster the birthing of future.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So the males are it's the females.
The females, those darn female mosquitoes.
They're the ones.
They're just all
They're
over
the
me,
ones
man.
wreaking
Don't
havoc.
blame the men.
Yeah. No, they're
Not
all
on
over
us.
me. I seriously have never been swarmed so much in my entire life as yesterday when I was in Rundle. I just walking to the
Rundle. That
just
would
walking
be
to the bridge.
You're begging for it there.
I didn't even go to disc golf. I just there's a little path. I walked across the path, and I started running. I had to because they were just all over me, and one was on my face for like a minute.
That's a great image, of Tube.
I did that all week
Fleeing.
earlier this week and last week. I've been running down 170th because there's a swath or a path.
Yeah.
They must love the heat from the main road. And yes, if you look up,
there's
there's a
standing
black
water
cloud, and
right
they will
beside that
it's
main road. I'm
absurd.
guessing.
Yeah, so
I've
I've had
never
to run
seen-
too. You have to run.
I've never seen this amount in my life before.
It's something. Yeah.
Okay, so that was my honorable mention is the mosquitoes. But my actual beef is just wireless headphones. Why do we have to change
They're
things?
not good for you either.
Yeah, you know what? I
Why
heard
are the
this. I saw
wireless
that.
worse than
Yeah,
what
like
I'm
I
wearing
like this. The wired. I let's just keep it like old times. There's nothing wrong with this. You know what it is? You can see me on YouTube. It's all about the money.
Always has been,
That's
Trev.
what they're doing. So
Well-
it sucks because
Why are wireless headphones bad for you as opposed to what we've got?
Well, signals and stuff, they argue that if you have like tinnitus or something, like it can really kind of
Exacerbate
add
it?
on. Yeah.
Ah, you like that, huh?
I mean, that's what I read on the internet.
yeah,
I'm no scientist.
I read that too.
That's the word.
I also
That's the word you were looking for.
read that athletes, they're kind of steering clear from wireless headphones
that right, eh?
now. The Beats, all of it, they're just going back to old fashioned. So maybe they know something that we
Beats
don't.
by
I
Dre?
don't know. But yeah, like just the fact that I have to charge these, like it's just extra work. Yeah, it used to be just perfect. I just
But when they
put
arrive,
this in my phone and it's golden.
Well, in my ears, the way they're shaped, sometimes if I'm doing
And I
physical
hate-
activity, they'll fall out.
These ones,
So if these fall out, at least there's that's
Look at
on
that.
the string.
Perfect, yeah.
These fall out, you're hooped.
and I feel like these ones stick way better in my ear
Yeah.
than the other ones.
see, these were taken from Air Canada.
and you
And they're
love them. You
garbage,
sing
but
the
I
praises.
use them all
Yeah,
the time.
Yeah,
I can't hear it on one ear. Drops in and out.
that's fine.
Sporadic audio.
You don't even really need them, to be honest.
Yeah, I got to be
You
honest.
don't need to listen to the garbage music. Okay, so wireless headphones.
All right, wireless
I
headphones.
see you there. What are you beefing with today?
Well, and you know what? It's fresh off the events of yesterday. It's our inability to find another word for frenzy.
Nick? Yeah, it's
I'm
just,
serious.
It seems a little
Like here we are,
It's a
every
frenzy.
outlet, both locally, nationally, we get to free agency and we're like, oh, I guess it's just a frenzy, eh?
Yeah, well, what other like NHL free agent fantastique but we again the idea we had NHL free agent fan fest,
Yes, turning it or just a festival.
making money,
It should always be about the money.
and this would be a great way. You get people.
You bring everyone into a location.
Yeah, for example, it's in Edmonton this year. You've got the Ice District. You could
Yes.
have Tupelo Honey playing, and people
Widemouth Mason.
people wandering around, and all the pavilions are there, so you
But
can go. and-
deals are getting done.
Deals are getting done. You might even see one. If you saunter on by the Columbus Blue Jacket tent, well, maybe they're not, and you're like, oh,
Don Waddell's talking to Wierenski.
he's live, like he's doing it, and you could be like, hey, Don, maybe you should add in or whatever the case is. I don't know, but yeah, you have all the pavilions. It's kind of like an expo,
Well,
and they get to show off whatever they're doing.
You saw the blowback from this year's draft, right? That people miss the whole idea of guys on phones with cords.
Human touch, yeah. It's just, you want to be there. You want to touch. It's like a. So I think there's money to be made, and again, you'd have a tote bag.
I think we can come up with something new. And I know that's a little nerdish, and nobody cares. Just call it frenzy. It is what it is.
Tube
But
Sock suggests mania. Is that?
oh no,
Now we're getting
yeah,
elevated in that.
free agency.
It's a mania.
Mania. I could go down with that.
Your thoughts on changing the NHL free agent frenzy name? 780-218-9999.
Yes, rebrand it.
If you have any ideas, yeah, rebrand it. I'm hot on the Fan Fest. Give me the Fan Fest. I could just see it now. Like it'd be,
And there'd be crafts.
the whole bit. Street
all of it.
jugglers. A guy swallowing whatever. That you could even leave the word frenzy on because it would be pretty frenzy. It'd be maniacal. It'd be all of the above.
Beat poetry. There'd be areas
Sure.
where you go, that's Ken Holland, but what is he doing over there?
Is he making a deal? Speaking of which, he was a busy boy yesterday too. Hey, Kenny
ain't sleeping.
Kenny don't sleep. Yeah.
No.
Easy work. Lacombe Drew says it could be Mr. Mike's free agency fest all summer long. That's a pretty good text there, Lacombe
bad
Drew.
at all.
I know what you're pulling for there. Okay. Trev's giving me the universal signal that we do here, that our next guest is ready. And without any further ado, because I know he's been working hard, Reid Wilkins from the Reid Wilkins Show. You can catch him 3 to 6 Monday to Friday here on Edmonton Sports Talk alongside Jason Milne and Zachary Kubish. And he joins us on the Firehouse Subs hotline. Reid, I just want to say, you were part of our free agency show yesterday for 6 hours, and now you're back doing a hit with us this morning. That's a lot of work in a short period of time.
I guess that's one way to look at it, Eric.
I heard you had Popeyes. That's what the CEO flew in as a little bit of lunch. What did you get on your plate?
So, well, our colleague Aaron brought some Popeyes by. I think Dustin arranged something. I wasn't involved in it. I was starting to. Well, I don't really remember. The day's a bit of a blur. I think I was starting to drop hints that perhaps we would need some food the longer we went. No, we weren't really expecting to go for 6 hours. It's cool that we did and that there was solid Oilers news to talk about. But yeah, once it seemed like, okay, this was going to be at least a 4-hour affair. I think Dustin could probably see me starting to black out or my head drop a little bit and realized like, oh, the old Reid needs to eat here. So it was nice. We got Popeyes, very, very good. We got the fries. We got the chicken tenders. I like that blackened ranch dip. Yeah, that's my favorite dip from there. So that was really good.
And a little bit of pop too, a little soda pop as well, or what?
I had a coffee in the morning. I'm pretty much a one coffee guy. So I brought a coffee. I often have my coffee at home, but I brought a coffee with me yesterday, and then I just drank water throughout the rest of the day. As you know, when I have pop, it's generally a small amount. I like a splash of Coke. Yeah, maybe a couple fingers because pop's not that good for you.
No, it is not. The diet, and you were driving. Water. I think you drove in.
Yeah, I didn't have too much pop. I guess they got to have the alliteration, right? Mm-hmm. So free agent fury, does that work? Makes it sound a little angry, though.
Because you're sort of enraged,
furious. Yeah, you could.
Yeah, so the activity can be furious.
Yes, frantic,
but free agency franticity. I don't know what the other words for frantic are besides frantic.
What about a fever? Hey, you could.
Oh, free agent fever. Hot. That's a good one. Yeah, it's so hot you can barely see the road from the heat coming off.
Thank you, DLR.
Yeah, he's in town on next Friday, I believe. I think it's next.
I go there, but you can if you'd like and report back.
Well, I was asked to go several months ago. A guy I talk about on the show, my friend Zip, is a huge Van Halen fan. Actually, we met in university over 30 years ago because he was wearing a Van Halen shirt, and I went up to him and was like, "Hey, do you like Van Halen?" And it turned out very much so. Yes. He's going to David Lee Roth, but Zip and I went to a movie the other night, and I think that the ticket sales, at least maybe in Calgary, might have been a little soft. So he's worried DLR or his crew just says, "We're not going to bother with this northern Canadian outpost of Calgary and Edmonton." So anyway. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, what else were we talking about? Oh yeah,
started.
I just want to commend you again on working, back to back, and now you're going to do your show today. I mean, it's a lot of work in a condensed period. I
don't know if you know this. I often work 5 days a week out of the 7.
I guess,
and sometimes more. I've seen you.
This week will be 4 because I did have Monday off. So
there you go. So we gave letter grades to Stan Bowman from yesterday. Where did he come out on because you can dive in specifically if you'd like, but the full body of work from yesterday, what he did and maybe what he didn't do.
I think the day is fine. I mean, we were giving letter grades. We gave letter grades before anything had happened, when it was just Devin Levi. Yes. And I said, well, it's a D, like nothing really happened. And then at the end of the show, so that was 4:00. That was still before Freddie Anderson. And I think before they'd announced Matthew Joseph, I believe. Not that that's a major signing. And I said a C, and I would still say a C. It didn't turn out to be a failure of a day. They traded Nurse. They used the money. And I guess we'll see if there's still maybe something else to come. What's the cap space at? I didn't look.
7 or something?
Is it still that much? So
7.2.
But there's the qualifying offers that'll be locked up, right? So I just think the team is different. I don't know if the team is better. I mean, the job of the GM, especially in the summer, is to move the team closer to the Stanley Cup. Whether you were 32nd last year and you're trying to get up to 25th, and you're closer as, you're 3 or 4 years away from competing. The Oilers, as Leon Draisaitl said, took a step back last year. Do these moves yesterday have them recover that lost step? I don't know if they do. I think Ryan Shea is a very interesting defenseman to acquire. Mm-hmm. If he can do what he did last year again, that's going to be a very astute move. Mukhamadullin, I was texting with Drew Remenda yesterday during the show, or who was it that said something? No, Bowman said it in his availability that he needs to add some weight. Like, okay. So he's a big guy that's not really that big. Like he's lanky. I guess he's got some reach. Mm-hmm. He's a we'll see. Devin Levi is a we'll see. Freddie Anderson, it's very interesting to look at his season. His playoff numbers are off the charts, even though he didn't quite finish. Let's not forget, everybody, he had an .874 save percentage in the regular season. Like that is alarming. Now on a 1-year deal, let's take a chance. Let's have an experienced goaltender. Yeah, that's fine. And it's so, he gave his coaching staff options. We're not sitting here saying, well, there's still not a goaltender, or there aren't even 7 NHL defensemen that you can have on the roster for every game. So I think it turned out to be an okay day. I don't think the team got worse. I don't think you can say, at least I can't say, oh wow, that's a headliner. They are obviously better if the coaching staff, now does their thing. To me, the team is still kind of saying, okay, we traded the guy. We made some other moves that hopefully pan out. And then I still think there's a lot of reliance here on Babcock and DJ Smith really being a spark that makes the difference. And I still think that's a huge question mark.
And Reid, with that, as you've led me to my question here, is this Bowman goes out and gets the ingredients for the meal. So is Babcock the chef? Does he like these ingredients?
Well, he's coached he coached Freddie Anderson before, right?
Yes.
He coached, and I know Kapanen was here last year, but they brought Kapanen back. Mm-hmm. So there is some affiliation there. I would hope that, like, this is, we've seen the videos from last year and other free agencies of coaches being involved when they show these behind the scenes. I kind of hate calling it a war room, but I guess that's what they're called, the situation room, the brain room. So I certainly hope Babcock was involved yesterday and had some thoughts on these players and had watched some, if he hadn't seen them play live, like Ryan Shea had watched some tape or talked to people about them. But yeah, now the deployment is going to be interesting, right? Are Shea and Murphy maybe the reliable pair that can move the puck, not bad. Kill penalty. Like there, I will say this. I think there's the opportunity for the PK to be a lot better, and maybe that's the most exciting thing. 20th last year, which when I was rechecking it a few days ago, for some reason I thought they were worse because the bad stretches for the PK were quite bad. They might have a week or two where it's like, oh, they've killed 12 or 13, and then it was like, oh, a 4-game stretch where they're 54%. So I think, maybe with Shea coming in, he's supposed to be a good penalty killer. DJ Smith, maybe can have some touches there as an associate coach. So I think that maybe there's the opportunity for the PK to be better. There you save some goals against right there, and maybe that helps your overall defensive play, even if you're not that much better 5-on-5. So, yeah, we'll see how Babcock deploys them. I don't know, like the forward lines, I would think he's going to try something different than Knobloch did. I mean, I can't. I guess me sitting here on July 2nd, can I be sure he just keeps Nugent Hopkins, Hyman, and McDavid together? I can't be sure of that, because I think he's going to want to come in and maybe. One way to wake players up is put them with different line mates that they've been accustomed to having in the past. So. Yeah, the ingredients are different, Dave. The ingredients are different. The coach is different. So Bowman is hoping that's enough that, they go from a 93-point team to 103 or 105.
And week 5 in the Canadian Football League, wanted your read on this, Reid. The CFL leading Elks undefeated, going up against the winless BC Lions in Kelowna. I've never been a fan of this Benavides defense in BC. They leak points constantly. Do you like the Elks to continue rolling Saturday 5 out in Kelowna?
Well, Rourke is still an outstanding quarterback.
Yes.
Now, so BC has had injuries on offense, and their defense just isn't that good or well coached. I'm not going to guarantee an Elks victory, because they're not. They're not going to go 18-0.
Yeah.
There are going to be bad days in there. BC's going to win. I think this will be a tough game because of Rourke, but I'm really encouraged by what I've seen from the Elks, and they look like a team that is always going to be in the game. When they're not playing well, they'll be able to keep it in hand because their defense is so good. And then I know the offense has had its ups and downs, but 2 games in a row when they've needed to score to win on the last drive, they've scored, and they've actually got a touchdown, to win it and put it and help them and force Winnipeg to get a touchdown at the end of that game. It looks like the work that has been put in by this Elks Brain Trust and then a lot of the returning players since last year is starting to pay off. There's continuity. I think there's trust. I think there's growth in the coaching staff. I think probably we still need to see a little bit more from Jordan Maksimic with his play calling, but hopefully that's a work in progress. But this defense looks legit. The 3 lowest scoring games this season by an individual team are 18 points by Winnipeg against Edmonton, 21 points by Ottawa against Edmonton, and then Edmonton's 23 against Winnipeg, which was still enough to win. So the 2 times teams have been held to 21 points or fewer. It's only happened twice because there's a lot of points this year. Yeah. The Elks have been able to do it. So I think the Rourke factor is significant, but I do think if there's a defense that can keep him off balance based on what we've seen this season, it's the Elks.
I completely agree with what you're laying down there. What's coming up on the show today, 3 to 6 alongside Jay Milne?
Well, a lot of free agency reaction. Jay hasn't been able to talk about it, so I'm sure he'll have a lot to say. We'll see what else we can wrangle. Of course, we'll talk some Canada soccer as we're counting down to the big match against Morocco. We usually have Wagon Wednesday on Wednesdays, but we'll have it today for the World Professional Chuck Wagon Association as they're going into the Rangeland Derby in Calgary.
Love it. Reid Wilkins Show, 3 to 6, Monday to Friday here on EST. Thanks so much for your time today, Reid. See you around.
Yeah, you're both truly wonderful, and Trev as well.
Oh, thank you for that.
He joins us on the Firehouse Subs hotline. Once again, they have various locations, 15 around Edmonton and greater area. I don't know if that's including the airport one now, so you can maybe bump it up to 16. If you're flying, check out the breakfast at the Edmonton International there. Firehouse Subs, hot, hearty, and made to satisfy. I went into yesterday, Rory, not McElroy, says, expecting Bowman to do nothing or something stupid and piss me off. It turns out he did neither of those things.
So that's a win.
That's where I kind of come out on that.
That's actually a really nice summation, I think, of what a lot of people are thinking.
Now, maybe it shouldn't be in an ideal world, but that's kind of the bar that's been set there. So he didn't do something dumb, and he did stuff which wasn't dumb. So
he went to the plate, got on base, and
worked the count a bit.
And moved the runner around.
So, yeah.
Stan played small ball, and it's effective.
Do you want him to go yard? Sure, but if you're...
Okay.
It's no swing and a miss, I guess.
Yeah.
That's our baseball analogies for that. Rams fan suggests free agency orgy.
And I'd like to see the graphic.
Oh, yeah, they could
behind the
cook
desk.
something.
That's a good one.
Well, that's the TSN. They've got multiple desks. Like,
Yeah.
there's more than enough people there to constitute. I don't know what a
Hey, the
minimum
folks next door
requirement.
could help
Yeah,
with the vision.
sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they could.
We should do our free agency live from there next year,
Let's not go
and
there.
we could have a collab, if you will.
Yeah. I like that. That'd be fun. If you know, you know.
Yes. Just keep moving.
780-218-9999 is the Paris Jewelers inbox. You need to text now. Atif has already texted in.
You
He
must
says,
text
I
now.
want to play trivia, YTT. Let's go.
I
now-
should get my questions ready.
Atif, just because you're first in doesn't mean you're going to get picked. Trevor will throw all the contestants into a drum and pick a lucky one. So if you want to play trivia, coming up next, it's for Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual. You need 3 out of 5. Text into Trev, I want to play trivia at 780-218-9999, PJ's inbox. And you might be the next contestant on Kind of Easy Trivia. As we're looking for 73 and 0. Looking to keep the streak alive. Coming up in hour number 3, we'll have Kind of Easy Trivia. 3 questions too many as well from the great staff at Park Mazda. If you have any questions, still time to flex those in at 780-218-9999. We'll have scalding hot takes as well coming up. Not the usual, with Dustin not here. We're going to have a measured take, one of each. You can play along as well. A hot take, if you will, maybe from NHL Free Agency Frenzy or something else. Chris the Plumber, you don't need to get that. Oh, boy. I don't mind that. Okay, if you have any questions, though, you can get them in now. Hot takes.
Tuck that one away.
Text of the year, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, we can't read it on air, but it's in relation to a Tief, so maybe
that'll come up in the Estes.
Chris the Plumber, sure. Yeah, we could read it at the Estes. Yeah,
yes.
not on 95.7 Cruise
FM.
We also have fired up for Gemco. Didn't get to that in hour 1. We'll squeeze that in as well, and the wrap for William Huff. All still to come. If you're listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, we'll get a quick traffic update here from the one and only Edmonton's traffic queen, Pauline Higgins. A few messages from sponsors. iHeart, TuneIn, and YouTube, and the source, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. It'll be a sports update, and it's brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area since 93. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and, of course, plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc. Trivia is coming up next, hour 3 on the way. It is the Nielson Show. Dave Jamieson in for Dust Nielsen, Lieutenant Eric, brought to you by Weiss Johnson.
The Darnell Nurse era is officially over in Edmonton. Stan Bowman moved Nurse and the entirety of his contract to the San Jose Sharks, bringing back a pair of blue liners in Shakir, Mukhamadullin, and Zack Sharp. He overhauled the crease by signing veteran Freddie Anderson to a 1-year deal and making a trade with Buffalo to land young goaltender Devin Levi. He also signed Ryan Shea on a 5-year deal plus 1-year extensions to keep Kasperi Kapanen and Max Jones in the mix. Around the NHL market, the Maple Leafs land their big fish and Sergei Bobrovsky on a 3-year, $21 million contract. Washington grabs Boone Jenner. Pittsburgh secures Andrei Kuzmenko. And John Carlson is taking his talents to Tampa Bay on a 2-year contract. Meanwhile, a few ex-Oilers found new homes. Victor Arvidsson signed a 2-year deal in Detroit. Calvin Pickard is heading to the Wild on a 1-year contract, and Stuart Skinner is officially the new guy in Winnipeg. Over at Rogers Center, the Blue Jays put on an absolute clinic, demolishing the Mets 9-3. Miles Straw blew it open with a 3-run bomb, and rookie Sean Keyes crushed his first career Major League home run in the win. The Jays now hit the road for a massive 2-week road trip starting tomorrow night with a 3-game set in Seattle. Tonight, the CFL Week 5 kicks off at 7 o'clock as the 2-1 Toronto Argonauts head into Calgary to battle the 1-2 Stampeders. Your Edmonton Stingers are absolutely rolling, picking up their 3rd straight victory last night with the 95-87 takedown over the Calgary Surge. They sit 3rd in the West at 6-7 and hit the court again tomorrow against Vancouver. Finally, a packed house at Remax Field. Watch the Riverhawks capture their 6th straight win, handling the Bellingham Bells 8-3. They look for the sweep tonight at 7:05. Sports Update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area since 1993. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc.
Welcome back. Hour 3 of the Nielson Show and a Throwback Thursday. A little caius there for you as this text flies in. Please attach your name or handle. Yeah. You can be whoever you want. Sure. Caius, 30 years ago yesterday, Blues for the Red Sun was released. Green Machine off of that album. Very astute. Love the point. Dave Jamieson in for Dustin Nielsen, who's got the call tomorrow out in Ottawa. Red Blacks and Rough Riders. Tonight, Week 5 in the CFL kicks off from Calgary. The Stampede Bowl. As the Stampeders host the Argonauts across the TSN Network. Elks, of course, in action Saturday at 5. They're out in Kelowna, the Apple Bowl against the winless BC Lions. Of course, Maddie and Milne will get you set with the Green and Gold Kickoff Show brought to you by Commonwealth Stadium. That comes your way 4 o'clock right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. And they'll also break down the game on the post-game show. Love the work they do.
Not sure Jake Mayer is going to take Ottawa to the promised land. Although they did put up a game fight against Montreal.
Buy your MBT stock now.
Yeah.
Just suggest fantasy players out there. It wouldn't be a dumb flyer to take right now. Nielson Show brought to you by Weiss Johnson. Check them out today, wjsportstalk.com, for all your furnace heating needs, all that type of thing. We will be getting to 3 questions too many on the way for Park Mazda. Scalding hot takes. That's coming up as well, midway through the hour. That'll be for the Greater St. Albert Catholic Schools and their sports academies. Fire it up for Gemco. I'm going to continue talking about free agent fever. I don't mind fever. But the free agent frenzy that was yesterday, and all the work that the Oilers did, the work that the Oilers did, and what they didn't do. You like the orgy one, yeah? That kind of.
Yes.
We're not moving off of that. And the rap for William Huff, all still to come this hour. But we're going to play some kind of easy trivia first. That's coming up. Trev's wrangling up a contestant right now. It's for Mr. Mikes. Remember your best summer?
Yes.
Well, this one's about to top it.
So you say.
Welcome to Camp Mike's at Mr. Mike's. Mess hall waffle fry nachos, campfire mojitos, and stories that get better every round. Camp Mike's. Come make it a summer to remember. Mr. Mike's. Eat locally, enjoy casually. You and I, we could probably do an afternoon with a few campfire mojitos. Trev, you can play along too. Hey,
one of the three of us.
For the boys, we'll head to the mall or something.
For the boys, yes.
Yeah.
It's a grand old time.
Share a mess hall waffle fry nacho plate.
Oh. We would set that up. And he would blow us off and say, I got a car problem.
We would be sitting there and you'd say, guys,
probably.
I can't,
I can't make it.
You got that thing on registered for the on the sale? Auto Trader?
Yeah, work in progress.
Oh, that's
all right.
Stupid car.
It's a long summer.
Okay.
Yes.
But Mr. Mike's, eat locally, enjoy casually. Who do we got on the line today?
Playing today is Keith.
Keith, how are you, man?
Really good.
That's good. Have you played trivia before?
Yes, I have.
Beauty. So you know how it goes. You need 3 out of 5 to secure this gift card. You'll also unlock a Club Beat Loop remix from the vault. And we are looking to go 73-0, so no pressure. We'll start the ticker after Dave reads the first question. Great luck.
Is Darnell Nurse now a San Jose Shark?
Yes.
Did the Oilers sign goaltender Freddie Anderson?
Yes.
Is Devin Levi a goaltender or a defenseman?
Goaltender.
Is Sergei Bobrovsky a Maple Leaf?
Yes.
Who does Canada play in World Cup match on Saturday?
Morocco.
Oh!
It's Vincent!
All the pieces falling into place!
Sloboshev and scores!
Oh my lord!
Larson shoots, he scores!
Magnus Payerby! The St. Louis Blues win in overtime! You could drop a tarantula into his shorts and he'll still be cool!
Popping their cherries.
Draisaitl with an empty net.
Sidney Crosby! Ryan Goins has gone deep!
Here comes Adam Larson. Streaking up the ice through the puck in front, he scores!
You gonna do something or just stand there and bleed? Well, there's nothing like a cold one after a long day, huh?
These are their stories.
In reality, we really couldn't think that we're going to win every game.
Oh, yeah. I've been known to drink a beer or two.
The police who investigate crime.
Hello? Hi, is Peter there? This is Peter speaking. Hey, Peter, it's Dustin Nielson and Will Fraser from TSN 1260. How are you? Oh, I'm doing pretty good, Dustin. How are you? I'm doing all right. Do you know why we're calling, Peter? I think so, buddy. Congratulations, man. You're going to Germany.
What say you? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Holy wow. Amazing, amazing, amazing.
But then again, I've been known to do a lot of things.
Like the predator he is!
Are you pushing too many pencils?
Good morning!
I'm your huckleberry.
Good afternoon! And good night!
Popping their cherries.
Toronto!
There it is, a Club Beat Loop remix from the vault. A Nielson Show original brought to you by Sportball. Check them out today if you're looking to get your young ones into some sports that focus on fun first, no pressure, just playing and learning. Sportball.com. Use code EST15 for 15% off select classes. Congratulations to Keith. A solid dub for the dub. 5 out of 5. He's off to Mr. Mike's for the best summer of his life. Camp Mike's. Eat locally, enjoy casually. Congratulations, Keith. Let's get into 3 questions too many right now. It's for the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, where every summer is the best summer of his life. Old positive Mitch out there. Head out to Park Mazda or check them out online, parkmazda.ca. Ask for Mitch Lewicki. Tell him EST sent you. He's a good guy and it's a great dealership, and they'll get you in a new Mazda today. Social medias. Let's start with you, Dave. Where can people follow you on social media?
At the Dave Jamieson. Although, I posted an image of my dog Sarge, the rescue, the Australian Terrier.
On Instagram. I saw that.
Yeah, I went back and I just said, Sarge was sitting beside me. He gets right under the covers and really kind of stakes out his place. And I just thought, what an adorable image of this rascal sitting there beside me and looking at me like I'm in his bed. Like there was a...
I like that you popped up on my Insta feed. Well, it was really refreshing because we've been talking about this. We've been joking about it, but you are live. You also tweeted out. Now, I thought your tweets when I visit you at the Dave Jamieson, I thought it'd be just all Wimbledon. Mumbo jumbo and the like. But you actually have helped me out here because you reposted something from a Julie Matthews at Julie M's Help. She says, text scam. This one pretending to be from Alberta government is still making the rounds. Don't reply. Don't click the link. Report and block. I got this text. And now usually when you see scams such as that nature, there's something spelt wrong or something, you're like, this, I can usually sniff them out.
Oh.
This one made me, and I started to sweat. I said, I don't have because I have to renew my registration right now.
Yes,
so this kind of thing.
I know.
So I got this exact, and then I looked at it for a long time, longer than I should have. I did end up reporting it. I said, I'll take my chances here. Spam. Boom, done, you're done.
Yes.
But that's good to see.
I know.
Because
and
it
Julie
looks
Matthews
legit.
used to be it was an investigative reporter, like a people helper. I know that wasn't the term they had there for a long time at Global Television, and really good. And now I think is in investigations and doing work like this.
I retweeted this because it's very important. I almost took the bait.
We got to share that stuff.
I almost took the bait. Yeah. Because I didn't get any. Now sometimes you get the snap and you don't know, and the to take a picture. But usually I would be. They send me in the mail, and I'm up to date with my. I'll pay. So I said, well, not me. Really not me. So that's good. Now I'm at ease. This is great. Trev, where can people follow you on social media? You've been all your Canada Day antics.
Oh, yeah. If you want to give me a follow, you can do so at YouTube_Trev on Twitter,
everything.
And Instagram.
7,000 Graham did text in. We should call it Stanada Day. Moving forward.
That's
because
clever.
of
Because
I get it.
Because Stan Bowman and what he did yesterday.
And it was happened to be on Canada Day.
Yeah.
He will be forever linked.
And because Stan, they rhyme.
Yep.
So Stan
can.
I get how he got
Put him on a money.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah, take that loon off.
Canada Day.
And take that. Or maybe since the cap space is like $7 million, like you make a $7 million bill and you put Stan's face.
$7 bill?
A $7 bill. Sure.
Yeah. Stanley.
Yeah,
That's funny. Sleepy Stan was awake yesterday.
He's moving up the depth chart in the pantheon of Oiler GMs.
Yep.
Where do we have him now, by the way? Just based on yesterday.
Does he make the Rushmore?
Well, yeah. You assume it's Sather, right, at the top. Like nobody did it longer.
Oh, yeah.
Nasty Chat's humming along.
Okay.
If you are watching us this morning, even if not, pop on over, smash that thumb up, give us a like, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. Custer at 20 says, I'm still waiting on this big load of money from this Nigerian prince I helped out a few years ago. Do you know people who fell for those? I know you're kind of joking there, but I guess
I got
it happens.
You from an online prince?
No, no, it was a phone, and posing as it came up on my phone as MasterCard, and that's who I banked with. And no, it's real stuff, man.
I know, and I don't want to make light of it, but
no.
I know sometimes the elderly have a lot of, because they don't know the technology as much, and it's very easy to kind of prey on those vulnerable people. But so 3 questions. Here we go. If you want to flex one in, still time, 780-218-9999. But I think I'm pretty comfortable with the 3 we have in front of me here. Question number 1, favorite Canadian artist or band of all time in celebration of Canada Day, not to be confused with the Stanada Day. But I mean, every year Canada Day, it's doing the rounds. People, the Hip, did you hear they played 3 places and they traveled and all this? Yes. And obviously the Hip are up there. But who is it? I'm excited to hear your answer on this. Artist or band, favorite Canadian?
Artist or band, and I could screw around with this and give you a lot of goofy.
I know.
For body of work, and they're out on. Not that they're. Miles Goodwin has died. I loved April Wine. Certainly their early stuff. Well, really there was stuff, but the Guess Who are out now, and they still sound really good.
And they're back. Is that what it is?
Yeah, they're back, and there was a whole bunch of legal stuff and personality stuff. So, enduring Canadian band, I'll go Guess Who.
It's a good answer. It's not.
Yes, Winnipeg's Guess Who.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's a good one. There's lots of.
The Hip would be the go-to.
Everybody's saying, Hip. Rush, April Wine, blah, blah, blah.
And Rush is out now. Back on the road.
Yeah.
With a great drummer, Annika Niles, and they sound fantastic.
It's an interesting room because we are all separated by some time here in what we've liked. I will go with one Stompin' Tom Connors.
Okay,
I will again the live, if you haven't seen it yet, the full live performance from the Horseshoe Tavern. And he brought on guests. Katie Lang was up there saying, like, a lot of people kind of shared the stage with him. He's my guy. He's a great story.
Neil Young at Massey Hall.
I know Neil Young too. Yeah.
Another guy that you might be a little surprised that I would like him. Bruce Coburn. Fantastic artist.
Yeah. Now it'll be interesting to see where YouTube Trev goes
It's a
here. What do you got?
toss-up between
give us something new.
two bands.
Drake?
No.
Caden's Weapon.
It's got to be Bare Naked Ladies or The Great Big Sea.
Okay.
I meant like I remember my MP3 player that I had. The first song I ever downloaded on that was 1 Week. And then the second song was If I Had $1 Million.
It's been.
Yeah. It's been.
It's been.
I love
It's
that.
been.
And then I tried memorizing that song. And I was just, I love that song. And then The Great Big Sea, as I got older, both of those bands are just unreal for me. And then, but individually, just a solo artist, I'd probably go with The Weeknd. Love The Weeknd. Banger after banger.
Yep.
Most streamed artist on Spotify.
You
in
can't
the
ignore the
history of
numbers. You can't
Spotify.
ignore the numbers.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something there.
Starboy. Oh, I'm a Starboy.
Bob Loblin says Bruce Cockburn could be the next Oilers coach. Going with the phallic terminology there.
Thank you.
Gordon Lightfoot, we should not forget as well.
No.
Love that one. RCN says Our Lady Peace, Alanis. Yeah, SNFU. Yeah, we heard a little bit of them earlier on today as well. Yeah, okay. No Love for BTO. Okay, well, guess who? Yeah, I mean
or
that
Brave Belt or
a trooper.
Bachman Turner without the overdrive.
Yes, yeah. Question number 2. If you were tasked to open a bar/restaurant to the theme of a movie, which movie would it be? Now this question, yeah.
/restaurant themed to a movie.
Now I'll say this too. I do believe in celebrating Canada Day. The celebration should end around supper time. You might call you old stick in the mud or whatever. We all got to work July 2, unless you were smart enough to book the next couple of days off in which you get a 5-day weekend. Which, congratulations, and I know we weren't.
Work-life balance.
Yeah, so I'm just thinking, like, to me, June 30th.
Yeah.
Also my mother's birthday, and happy birthday again.
Happy birthday.
But going out June 30th, you get the next day off. That's when you really should kind of kick up your heels, which I did. And I was at the wood or the linoleum or the granite at Bubba Gump's there at West Edmonton Mall.
Which you like a lot.
My new local. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching, they've always got Forrest Gump playing on a loop as well with a little World Cup action. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, yeah. I mean, this movie, Forrest Gump's a popular movie, but I mean, imagine if you could open a Jurassic Park themed bar restaurant, and you could.
I feel like that's been done, hasn't it? Or somewhere?
Probably a one-off. I know out by Jasper, there's like a campground and they have like the Jurassic Park gates and it's to that theme.
Yeah.
But what movie, I guess, would you choose, or film or whatever? Could be an X-rated one if you want to go that far. Any type of movie. Cartoon.
Oh. God,
Fritz the Cat?
Maybe I'll do Jackass, and all the servers have to do funny stunts.
You don't even.
Yes.
You don't get out of there without getting something lodged in your.
Do something.
Yeah, your body cavity.
The
there.
bar
jumping
scene
on
from,
tables.
The bar scene from that Star Wars. Where all the
well, they have a cantina.
Jar Jar Binks, the cantina.
They have the cantina. I think it's Disneyland or World or one of the two. That would be cool. I'd love to go check that out. And you can order all those space drinks and you kind of, that type of thing. I don't mind that.
Terminator would be fun as well.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
I'll be back.
Very
with your
cold
food.
setting. Yeah.
They just have to.
And they have to.
But see, you've
said it 65 times
I'll
on your
be
shift.
back.
Say it. I'll be back with your food.
I got it.
The staff are just.
They just hate it. Why am I here?
See, I think restaurant and bar themed, and I go to like lame movie posters, really like they've tried but failed to theme the place. Just weak. Trying too hard.
Somebody said Studio 54, Chris Gand. Hey?
Those who know understand.
Did Jasmine just say Cactus Club? Yeah.
Yeah, she misunderstood the question.
Yeah,
but that would be
place to go.
maybe that was probably how she
Jasmine
read that.
Yes.
I just love that Cactus Club.
The Purge.
That's it.
It's the answer to anything.
The Purge would be scary.
Wheels says Top Gun Bar and Tavern.
Nice one.
Roadhouse.
Talk to me,
from
Wheels.
Big
Like
Youth.
that's been done.
Talk to me, Wheels.
Talk
to me, Wheels. What? What do you want?
Wheels is playing the piano. Play it again, Atif.
Another one.
God.
That'd be good.
In question number 3,
Yeah.
Bones on Twitter got at me.
Oh.
Happy birthday to Bret Hart, born on this day,
Yes.
1957, down in Calgary, one of the most famous professional wrestlers ever. He held 32 championship titles, 5 decades from the 70s to the 2010s. He is the first wrestler to be inducted in the WWE Hall of Fame 3 times. So happy birthday to Bret Hart. And I will go to, if you were creating a wrestling event, and this comes off our ideas for NHL Free Agent Frenzy, what would you name your wrestling event? There's WrestleMania, there's the Royal Rumble, there's
Raw.
SummerSlam, even WCW, Starrcade, Halloween Havoc, Bash at the Beach, which was always my favorite. They had the kind of the beach setting there or whatever. So if you were tasked, I know this question, you might want to think of this. You'll probably have a better answer at 2 this afternoon when you're, kind of drifting in and out of your nap. And play along. Nasty Chat or the Paris Jewelers inbox, 780-218-9999.
Be? And the theme?
Well, you could include a theme, on the name, and you could.
Got to get to the name first.
Yeah, I like this
Memorable,
question.
And you could
short.
You could tie it into hockey.
Well,
if
everything
you want.
is tied
I
back
know,
to
but I'm
hockey,
just.
Eric.
Poop Stain says fight night.
Fight night.
Simple, short,
They don't
sweet.
talk about it.
No logos, no nothing, just fights.
No tie
You can't have no gimmicks.
No tie down strap.
No face paint, no costumery. Somebody says Slam Fest. Tex says Wrestling Frenzy. I think we have a winner. It's your WWE Wrestling Frenzy.
We're now in hour 3. I think I'm moving back to frenzy. Maybe it is the only word.
We've come around now. Yeah, it's actually.
You've won me back.
We've went out and explored. We didn't
Sure.
like what we saw, much like Stan Bowman in the pursuit of a top 6 forward.
Right.
It's fine to just stick where you are. Wrestling Frenzy, I think, will take the cake, Dex.
Yes.
You met the moment there. Chris the plumber says today's my wife's birthday as well. Well, happy birthday! Tell her she shares her birthday with the Hitman. T-Mac says Jackrabbit Slims from Pulp Fiction. That would be a cool kind of bar pub thing to
Something with water. I'd like to see them include water
in the wrestling thing.
Yes,
Water
that's what I
World.
would like.
Oh, I see. In the wrestling thing.
Water World would also be a great.
Like you throw them off of a diving board,
or they
something
fight
like that.
in water.
They fight in water.
Oh, now
But only
we're
up to
raising...
the hips where you can't move too good. So you kind of.
I think because I feel like where wrestling starts with a lot. I know me and my bro, whenever growing up, we would always wrestle in the water.
In the
just
water.
because we could do it. You could land and you'd feel fine.
You could do a lot of moves in there that you couldn't on land.
Yes.
Yeah.
So something with water. That would be mine.
Did you see Connor McDavid playing with friends in the water recently?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were
Water
all.
polo, right? Was there,
Is
no,
that
they
what it
were
was?
playing
Yeah,
over
I don't-
maybe dodgeball.
Yeah.
Jasmine will
Had a
have more
net.
information on that. She follows all the
Mark
Coming
McMorris.
to
the
Goers.
wags, if you will. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Enjoying best summer ever.
Speaking of Bash of the Beach, Pender's Pancake says Tuesday is the 30-year anniversary of the biggest heel turn of all time. Monday is probably number 2 as Monday Night Media Wars began. Yeah, that was a time, man. Well, that's coming up too. So it's a pretty memorable time, I guess, in wrestling here. No theme, WCW World Tour, basically. Slam Nasty, Rumble in the Club that comes in from Big Uke. Yeah, Halloween Havoc
Rumble
was
in the
good.
club, might be something there.
That's for question 2 and 3. You could have a wrestling style themed bar. I'm sure one exists already somewhere, that type of thing. But you eat your meal, then you go through the table.
You
can
think
put your
Dana
maitre
hasn't
d'
thought of
through
that?
yeah, UFC style. That's real though.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
True.
The Pawn Shop from Pulp Fiction is a restaurant. Yeah, bring out the gimp. Live from the West Edmonton Water Park, Wrestle Wave from T-Mac. Now
I
we're
like
getting
that.
somewhere.
I like that.
Now
Yes.
we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
You could use the
The waves come in.
the zip
That'd be good.
line, and you fight up the steps to a really big
They
slide.
still have
and
the bungee? Do
somebody-
they still have the jump?
Not the jump, but they got a zip line that goes.
Oh,
So
okay.
you can go over the whole.
I like
I
that.
always wanted to do the bungee.
And you broadcast from one of the cabanas,
Yeah.
and then they put you through a table in the cabana. I don't mind that. The West Edmonton Water Park Wrestle Wave. I don't mind Wrestle Wave. That's got a nice. I got time for that. 780-218-9999 if you have any other either restaurant, bar style movie tie-in or some sort of wacky
Heavy on the wacky.
wrestling pay-per-view name. Could be your path to text of the day, although we do have some bangers as well already. But Hitman Bar in Calgary is a wrestling-themed bar. Okay, Chris the Plumber. I've never been there. Oh, it could also tie into their junior team as well, which he...
We don't like to call out, well, probably we should, other media outlets for making mistakes. Somebody just sent me an image. Global this morning fonted Sheldon Rankin, Elks player. Sheldon Rankin.
One of the anchors also said they were showing the teleprompter.
Yes.
And instead of public, it said pubic.
Hello.
And she said, Ron Burgundy and reading what you see. So, well, okay, they got to pick it up.
Sheldon.
Rod the Roofer says, Fight Club themed restaurant, you get to talk to yourself. That's also not bad as well. I don't mind that. And Bob with the bitch tits can come in. You can hug him after the... All right. Moving along, we'll get to a sports update here with YouTube Trev. On the way, hot takes, not scalding, but hot takes. If you have a hot take specifically surrounding what Stan Bowman did or didn't do yesterday, feel free to get them in, 780-218-9999. We'll discuss. We'll all share a take around the table here, and you can join in as well. We also got fired up for Gemco. We'll hit your texts, get your reaction as well. Are you fired up for what Stan did or didn't do yesterday? I know Reid were you surprised by Reid's thoughts on that? I was kind of... Reid's a critic. And I say that in a good way.
Yeah, well, you have to be. I mean, if you're just going to heap praise and do this for a living, not that listenable.
No.
I thought Reid was very measured in his assessment of Stan Bowman's work. Okay. I gave him the mark I gave him because of the nurse deal.
That's the heavy.
No retention.
That's the heavy.
And also the I know
you came into the day with one goalie, now you got three.
Now you got three, and you didn't make the dumb deal. You didn't do the, oh my God, can you believe what they spent on that?
Now are they better than last year moving in? That remains to be seen, and that'll be a letter grade for the future. But
different.
Yeah, but just on the body of work, I was taken aback, but pleasantly surprised at Reid's.
Sometimes the best deal you make, Eric, is the one you don't make.
But I think in Trev's case with his car, you just make a deal.
Yeah, just get it done, Trev.
Working on it.
It's our summer project here. When Dustin's away, we will start to take this and move on with it and maybe do our own auto trader here in-house on the Nielsen Show.
Yes. Let's do it.
If you're in the market for a slightly used but very nice-looking vehicle, and I emphasize nice-looking, Trev's got a deal for you. Sports update, hot takes, fired up, and the wrap for William Huff. Also, we'll get to open lines. We'll be opening up the lines later on this hour, if we have time, of course.
Now we talking.
Dave Jamieson in for Dust Nielsen. Lieutenant Eric, we're coming to you live from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio. If you are listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, we'll get to a couple of messages and a traffic update from the always excellent Pauline Higgins. And we'll be back. It is the Nielsen Show, brought to you by Weiss Johnson.
Darnell Nurse and all of his contract has been traded to the San Jose Sharks for blue liners Shakir, Mukhamadullin, and Zack. Sharp GM Stan Bowman didn't stop there, landing goalie Frederik Andersen on a one-year deal, signed defenseman Ryan Shea to a 5-year contract, and swung a trade for Buffalo netminder Devin Levi. And both Kasperi Kapanen and Max Jones re-signed on one-year deals as well. Around the league, the Leafs landed Sergei Bobrovsky on a 3-year, $21 million deal. Washington bolstered their middle with Boone Jenner. Pittsburgh grabbed Andrei Kuzmenko, and John Carlson is headed to the Lightning on a 2-year extension. Former Oilers Victor Arvidsson signed 2 years with Detroit. Calvin Pickard is off to the Wild and with a 1-year deal, and Stuart Skinner is headed to Winnipeg. Over at Rogers Center, the Blue Jays gave us fireworks. They throttled the Mets 9-3, fueled by a Miles Straw 3-run blast and a massive first career homer from rookie Sean Keyes. The Jays hit the road for the next 2 weeks and open up a 3-game set with the Mariners tomorrow. CFL Week 5 gets underway tonight with the 2-1 Argonauts visit the 1-2 Stampeders. Kickoff gets underway at 7 o'clock. Closer to home, the Edmonton Stingers take down the Calgary Surge last night 95-87 in their third straight win. They're now third in the Western Conference with a 6-7 record and don't play again until tomorrow against Vancouver. And a sellout crowd at Remax Field got to see the Riverhawks win their 6th straight game, winning 8-3 over the Bellingham Bells. That series comes to a close tonight. First pitch at 7:05. You can listen to that one right here on EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
If you could only see the way she loves me, then maybe you would understand why I feel this way about our love and what I must do. If you could only see how blue her eyes can be when she says she loves me. Well, you got your reasons and you've got your lies and you've got your manipulations. They cut me down to size. Say you love, but you don't. You love, but you won't. If you could only see the way she loves me, maybe you would understand why I feel this way about our love and what I must do. If you could only see how blue her eyes can be when she says she loves me. She's the road less traveled, shows happiness unraveled, and you gotta take a little dirt to keep what you love. What you gotta do? Say you love, but you don't. You can love, but you won't.
8:37, Throwback Thursday continues. A classic there from Tonic, a tune that I've tried out at karaoke night a couple of times myself, I must admit. But a little Tonic there on a Throwback Thursday. Hope you're enjoying it today. Dave Jamieson in for Dustin Nielsen. He's off doing his CFL duty. He'll be having the call tomorrow in Ottawa. The winless Red Blacks taking on the Saskatchewan Roughriders across the TSN network. Week 5 in the CFL kicking off tonight. As YouTube Trev mentioned in the sports update, Stamps hosting the Argos in the second annual Stampede Bowl. So that'll be a great way. 7 o'clock to kick off Week 5 in the Canadian Football League. Of course, the Elks looking to reign perfect. The CFL leading Edmonton Elks as they take a 3-0 record into Kelowna's Apple Bowl Saturday at 5 to take on the winless BC Lions. The week will round out Sunday at 5. I don't mind those Sunday games now. I like the summer slate of your Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It'll be the Bombers 1 and 2 in the Hammer to take on the 2-1 Tiger Cats. So we'll dive into the Week 5 schedule probably on tomorrow's show, Friday. Recapping Toronto, Calgary, and setting up the 3 remainder games in the Canadian Football League. YouTube Trev with Lieutenant Eric, Dave Jamieson, as mentioned. We're coming live from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio. Nielson Show brought to you by Weiss Johnson. Check them out today at wjsportstalk.com. Book an estimate. Want to let you know Hour 3 as well, brought to you by GD Liquidators. Auctions and appraisals. Mention EST. Get 5% off anything new or used. Don't miss their monthly online auctions at gdliquidators.com. They are Canadian-owned and operated. You can give them a call at 780-447-2787 or visit them 14510 124th Avenue. All right, time for some hot takes. A hot take from each of us in the room. If you have any as well, you can play along. 780-218-9999. We got one in here from somebody. Once again, attach your name to your texts.
Sure, we like that.
Be somebody so we can give you a little bit of credit here. But hot takes, scalding hot takes, and you are the
somebody.
You are the mitt holder, correct? YouTube Trev, you have the mitt.
Where is the mitt?
That is me.
Where is the mitt?
Where is the mitt?
It's in my backpack right here.
Okay.
Your satchel.
Hot Takes is brought to you by Greater St. Albert Catholic Schools. They offer a sports academy for student athletes who want to elevate their game. Mm-hmm. Their baseball academy is delivered in partnership with Absolute Human Performance, one of Alberta's leading athletic performance centers, focusing on individualized training that helps players throw harder, swing faster, and move better on the field. Learn more about the GSA CRD Baseball Academy at gsacrd.ab.ca today. I have a hot take. This anonymous texter says, Stan Bowman found the only other GM in the NHL that's dumber than him, being Mike Greer, to take all of the money off the table that we owed Mr. Nurse. maybe that could be a hot take. It's better than a Teefs here. My hot take on Stan's work yesterday is he actually did something. Not much of a hot take because he did do something. We all know that.
That's a statement of fact.
It's a statement of fact.
Take.
Yeah, not a hot take.
No, but it's a statement of fact.
Do you have a hot take from something yesterday that the Oilers did or didn't do, or something else?
I have a hot take, and well, it's not terribly hot. Is that Stan Bowman's work yesterday absolves him of last year's. I think he has zeroed the odometer. And Stan Bowman, Oiler fans have a bunch of reasons. We know
you're
them
forgiving
well.
and forgetting here,
Yes.
in a sense, yeah.
Yes. I'm resetting the Stanometer for me based on the work he did yesterday.
See, and I don't think it takes me down that far.
Because I don't want to keep revisiting.
I know, but this clears the slate for you, eh?
When, as I said earlier in the show, I'll do all of that when his time in Edmonton is done. And I can properly evaluate his abilities.
For sure, yeah.
And not bringing Chicago into it and the good and the very bad, where I can properly evaluate, did he leave this team in a better place than he found it? Now, I guess if you don't win the Stanley Cup because you went there twice.
I think leaving this team in a worse place than you found it is probably going to be the ultimate, like, if they do reach the heights of.
Yeah. And we understand that the window now is really small.
Mm-hmm. A troll says, I don't think Mike Grier is dumb. He just did the Oilers a favor, like say they're trading them Talbot back in the day. I would more agree with that. And maybe not in the spirit of a hot take either. The texter did it. That was a hot take. I mean,
that's a really big favor at what's Nurse's
say they're
tag?
It's easy when you're an Eastern-based team, when you're not residing so much in the same conference, but the same division. I don't think you should be doing any favors.
Do you think Mike Grier and the Shark Brain Trust knows something about Nurse and feels that they can unlock?
Nurse and Trouba now. I mean, they got the Bash Brothers reincarnate there. On the
interesting.
That will be interesting. But I mean, from a Sharks fan point of view, are you liking this necessarily? There's Darnell Nurse, the player, but to take on everything with no retention, I'd be like, geez, Mike.
I think you're trying to, if you're a fan, you're trying to sell yourself on it. Like,
you are, but...
but you're trying to look at the positives and you're really trying to avoid the negatives. Like, oh, no, they're physical. Just forget, I bet all Sharks fans right now, just forget about the number. Forget about the price and look at the player. He can be physical. He skates like the wind. They're really trying to avoid the contract, looking at the trade, and just not really look at the contract at all.
But it's tough to retention. They didn't throw in anything else.
Yeah.
And you gave, whatever the giving up is, but you're sitting there, your GM is a former player of this team that again is in the same division as you. And yes, there's certain things you can look at and Nurse the player is fine. But that's a deal that would leave me as a Sharks fan being like, really, man?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't think you could sell me completely.
No, I don't think so either.
It's a tough
it was
one.
going so good for them. I was about to make a video on how to properly
build a team
when you're obviously they sucked and they were terrible, landed Macklin, Celebrini, but since then they have just, they've nailed it. Move after move. Yep. They've been exceptional in the draft in the last few years, and especially this year, what they were able to do. And it was all just, wow, green signs or green arrows pointing up with this team. And then this is the first time, I think, in the Macklin Celebrini era that I've been like, ooh. But I mean, that's
they had a bunch of money coming off the books in San Jose, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I thought for sure when the Trouba announcement, I was like, oh, okay, well,
I thought you'd take him out of the running. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there goes that.
And maybe the Ducks then would enter the conversation or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, yes.
Because we were all led to believe, and I don't think we were misled, but that's everyone saying, go east. Pittsburgh, Boston. What was the other one?
Philly.
Okay, so where everyone's looking there, San Jose enters the conversation later.
Yeah.
I thought that was a bit of a decoy.
I'm very surprised that he extended his list to San Jose. Huh? The only thing, that it had to have been the travel. I think that was why he didn't want to be west. Just a lot of travel.
Family,
yeah, and family for sure, yeah.
Let's see. KBO Devereaux says, my hot take, Bowman didn't do any of those moves yesterday. Babcock got a hold of Stan's phone already and was the man in charge. That's a cheeky text there. He text that in 780-218-9999.
I quite like that.
Text of the day. That ain't bad. A lot of people wondering, I mean, Stan Bowman is the GM, but how much of his hand was on the rudder yesterday?
A puppet regime?
Well, it's...
yeah, like he's there. He's just a proxy.
Yeah. It has to run through somebody.
Well, then good work, Stoff.
What do we got here? Yeah, I mean, the Nurse stuff is obviously taking precedence today. Somebody said 17 mil between Nurse and Trouba is definitely something. Rams guy Rob says, yeah, it sure is. Sure as hell is. Mason Marchmont also.
Yeah.
Shark now. Eric Comrie. They get a goaltender there and some other players as well. Do you have a hot take, Trev, about either the Oilers or something else that's
hot take? Right, I don't really think Stan Bowman cooked yesterday. I just think Oilers fans are so used to him sucking.
Yeah, the bar is where it's at.
The bar is just so low. Like, I think the more and more I look at it, he just did his job. And he didn't just hurt this team significantly.
He didn't fumble the ball.
Yeah. So, hot take. That's my hot take.
You don't want turnovers, right? And as you said, 0. Like, you're kind of even there.
Yeah, I think so.
He didn't make any interceptions or forced any fumbles of his own, but...
Game managed.
He did his job.
I will say the Nurse deal is a forced fumble, though. I think he created a turnover there. And that's why, again, I give him an A- just based on yesterday. Well, do things get better? Is this roster... That'll all play out in the pudding. But I'm just saying from yesterday and the no retention, I think, to me, that was the home run. And you went out and got 2 goalies. How that'll all work moving forward as well, TBD. The biggest hit Darnell Nurse will deliver this season is the San Jose's salary cap that comes in from Rusty Shot. I think we read that one earlier at 7:06. He's trying to get in again. Yeah, I get it. Nolan from St. Albert, I don't know if he completely reset the odometer, he says, for me, but he's bought himself time for sure.
Kind of what we're all trying to do.
Yeah. Nuts19 says, my hot take is based off the last few seasons for the Oilers. I expect Nurse to be in the Norris conversation by season's end. Yes. And we said, too, whether he was going out east to one of the Pennsylvanian teams, you could maybe see something like that happening. I don't know if that...
I still think, like, the chances of him having a career season, a new team, like, I think
are
they're
good.
A little high. Yeah, they are.
Stan Bowman is the Trent Dilfer of NHL GMs.
Oh, I like game manager.
That text comes. Sign your name to your text, man.
Do enough. Don't do too much. And don't do anything high risk. Fair?
Yeah, man. I get it again. Compared to what's happened, I don't mind it. My hot take, I'll go off the Oilers, and I kind of alluded to it earlier. Let's start celebrating our nation's birthday on June the 30th. And I'm not talking the whole day, June the 30th, obviously. I mean, that's not Canada. You can still have Canada Day is Canada Day.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking of it as a Christmas Eve, Christmas Day thing, okay? So Christmas Eve, and a lot of people, different family traditions do this all differently. But Christmas Eve, a lot of people open presents Christmas Eve.
Yes.
A lot of people, I know me personally, I like to go to the bar, get a little happy hour going. Christmas Eve, friends, family, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Because you know the next day. Now, Christmas is different because you got a lot of days, probably vacation, Boxing Day and such. But Christmas Eve is where you can really live it. It's that night. And if you're partying and celebrating your country, you'd want to party that night. And in terms of fireworks and all of that stuff, like I
consider it like a tailgating.
Wife and I went out for wings June 3rd. Yeah,
you're
Canada Day
tailgating
Eve.
the national holiday.
Yeah, and then once the national holiday hits, well, then you can sit around and loosen the waistband and just recoup and celebrate the day as it is. Maybe have a nice lunch or whatever you do, or cook a turkey by supper. But after 6, like. I've just never understood Canada Day fireworks, and they're going off at like 9 p.m. Well, you got to work.
Your day's done.
Your day's done, and you got to work. And I just think you could really stretch this out to just not the day, but have it on Canada Day Eve.
A prelude.
Have that spill into the day, and then you can kind of relax the day. Sit outside, enjoy. Well, can't enjoy the weather here, but you know what I'm saying. For most part,
I get that concert on Capitol Hill going.
Yeah.
The night before.
Yeah.
You get rock voicing out there and you just hit it.
Yeah, then you can kind of... And then have a few early morning, like a Jefferson Airplane type. You wake you up, good morning, Canada.
Ring
and you could
you
have...
up nicely, yes.
And then end it by...
Bit of jazz.
2 in the afternoon. Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah.
I just think...
And then you close it with Nickelback.
We might as well.
That's how we do it.
Yeah, and then you could take more time for the free agent frenzy as well, which kind of dominates the Canada Day as it is. But yeah, let's start partying on June the 30th. Evening of, why not? Not saying the whole day, but just into the night.
Yeah, James Duthie has to stay on the air for all of it.
Canada's host, right?
anchor.
Yeah, Canada's anchor. That's Scalding Hot Takes. Just hot takes today for the Greater St. Albert Sport Academy. Let's get fired up quickly for Gemco Fireplaces. Proudly serving the Edmonton area for 45 years and are the authorized dealer for Napoleon Fireplaces. Gas, wood burning, look no further than Canadian-made Napoleon Fireplaces. All the Napoleon products you need are available at Gemco, 9281 50th Street. So fired up right now for everything that happened yesterday with Stan Bowman and maybe what's left to do. Trev, I know you've been back and forth, and you've said, I will paraphrase you, but you have said being an Oilers fan is like on a roller coaster. There are dizzying highs and very sobering lows.
Yes.
You did go in. You've gone into this offseason saying that you are, a smidgen close to retracting your fan card and all those things. Maybe I'm taking this a little too far.
Yeah.
But given the events that went yesterday, are you now fired up for the season ahead? Does what happened yesterday and maybe what didn't again in this conversation? Are you like, oh man, hello, Mike? Put me down for one season ticket, please. And then, like, are you? How fired up are you now for the season? Because it's basically the same roster.
Yeah, it is. So I mean, I'm not crazy. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Because a lot of people this morning
honest.
are, and I just find that's a little too much.
Yeah, it is a little too much. Like for me, if they went and got a big fish, like I see the name of the nasty check getting thrown out there, Marchenko. Like I've done that. I traded that. I traded for that player.
You did?
Yes, you did.
They traded, if they were somehow able to get a player of that caliber in the top 6, then my fired upness would be at like 100% probably. And like you said, LT, like I'm excited, going into next season. Freddie Anderson, there's things to look forward to now, like the goaltending front. Like how is that all going to pan out? Is Freddie going to? Is Levi going to?
Who starts night one?
Yeah, like honestly,
no, seriously, who is the guardian?
And is he here yet?
Is Devin Levi going to come in here and steal the show? Maybe. Like that's one player I haven't really touched on much, but I mean, I'm actually really excited to see what
he's how old, 24.
Yeah, 24. So that's exciting. There are players, Shea, the acquiring of him.
Yeah.
A very under the radar defenseman. Pretty solid season in Pittsburgh. They really liked him. Like doing my research yesterday, everyone just said nothing but great things about this guy. So the players that they went out and got, and then Ike Howard, he's a younger player. What can he do? So I'm looking forward to those 3 players, I guess. But as a whole, I mean, when it's all said and done, do I think this Oilers team can compete for a cup? I still don't think that's the case.
So you're not totally fired up.
Not totally fired up. Give me one more big thing.
There was not the signature move that I would say where you go, okay, now they're back into cup conversation. Because of 97 and 29, they're always going to be somewhere in that mix, but I don't think that gets them into the inner circle.
I just saw some people were tweeting out computer models and you run the numbers and everything, and it jumped from like a 7% chance of winning to like 19 or something. I saw, and I don't know where that was from or whatever on Twitter or whatever. I don't see, and I'm also in your camp where I'm not fired up by seeing that type of a jump given what happened yesterday. Tidy business, I think. Tidy business with the
tidy
Shea.
Business, okay.
The Shea, I mean, tidy work. And they had 1 goalie. Now they have 3. Who knows how those will all be deployed or how many games some of them will play due to injury and whatnot, given the history that some of them carry with it. The Nurse thing was huge, and now they have some money, that's got to fire you up.
Yeah. Yeah, I was fired up to see Darnell Nurse get traded. Sorry, I know that sounds a little harsh, but
no, that's how it is.
How it is dealt. Like I'm still having a hard time.
So I think we can take the work that was done yesterday or avoided. You can be fired up with that. Okay. But does that get the nerve going in terms of, wow,
no, but
going back from last year to this year?
It should also, for another reason, give you hope that there is more coming. Okay? Given the amount of money they've got available.
Yes, and that would be it. Dex says if they hold the cap space they have, they can add $20 million worth of guys at the deadline. Oilers now have the 4th best odds of winning the cup according to FanDuel, Peter says. Jill says, I think the last 2 summers we thought we won free agency, then it turned out we got a bit bamboozled. I'm happy we don't go after a top 6 guy and overpay or commit to someone yet. Now we have space for the season or another move. Jill, that's an astute point, and you summed it up perfectly.
Nicely said.
And I guess just going back to last year's, I was just ticked. I was so mad with what they were, the Andrew Mangiapane signing. Hated that. Absolutely hated that. right from the get-go.
But they gave you flesh, and that's what everybody wants. Yeah.
I'm fired up that I'm not mad after July 1.
So you're not buying any of the new guys. You're not buying their jersey yet.
No.
Because if you were fired
Absolutely
up,
not.
you would go and get one.
Yes, true. And I'm sure
Yes,
there
you
might
will.
be.
Well, you wait until the
Klima's
black one is
getting a
up.
Shea jersey already. He said, if the Oilers acquire Shea, I'm getting them.
Okay.
So now he has to.
Just
So that's the thing. That's good. I'm
might get
fired up.
a Mike Greer 25, hey?
That's funny. You're good. That was good. You're smooth.
How many Greer jerseys do we see this year? Maybe the new black one, eh? The black jersey.
yeah, the new
the
black
Greer,
jersey.
Greer on the back. I mean, that'd be
cool.
That'd be
Is
something.
the whole thing black? Do we know?
I don't know. We'll find that
doesn't
out
matter.
later in the mix.
We can't read the
And
logo
to be
with
able to
numbers.
say Shakir Mukhamadullin. That's awesome. Great name. Best
over to
name.
you, Jack.
Just like that, it might knock off Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen in the NHL for best name.
Yeah, it is. It's a pretty.
Yeah, where does he now? That's of the current players. Yeah,
And
He's
absolutely
right up there.
every time I say his name, I'm saying his first name too.
You have to.
Shakir Mukhamadullin.
It's all one word. So that's fired up for Gemco Fireplaces. Let's get to the wrap right now for Rolling Huff. It is 8:56. Probably not enough time. I did say we'd go to the phone lines, but I think we kind of ran.
once again. We'll
but
have to
I think
pick that up
Maddie did
tomorrow.
say that if we couldn't get open line time, he'd probably get to it in the Hangout.
Yes.
So the Hangout's coming up next. I know with Matt Iwanek in the host chair. And the title of today's Hangout is Stan Cooks.
Ooh.
He'll be joined by Hernan Salas and Benny Thompson, who's also on our Free Agent Frenzy program yesterday.
He
For all
stole
6
that
hours.
from us.
He's working
Did
the
he? Oh,
split.
you have it in caps locks.
Yeah.
See, he's got it in lowercase. So maybe he's not as fired up as we are about the cooking. Stan microwaves.
Benny's foregoing work-life balance. He's back.
He's back. Well, okay. Okay, let's get to text of the day here. A lot of great texts. A lot of as we had. There was chum in the water today. I mean, it was pretty easy to cobble one together. I think with everything going on
in the water. That was a great radio station back in the day. Chum.
Chum, yes. A few here, and I don't know the names. It's fitting as nurse sharks spend a majority of time on their stomachs on the sea floor. Can't remember who texted that in, but that was on. We were talking about nurse sharks,
and I read
the whole description of nurse shark sums up Darnell Nurse's career. It's very fitting.
Yes.
You could say that Darnell Nurse is now a nurse shark. That comes in from somebody, and they wanted the CSI theme, which I don't have. Darnell Nurse to the Sharks. Edmonton finally found someone willing to bite.
Ha!
And then there are these. F Atif. Pick me, Trev. Chris the plumber. And he spelt out F-U-C-K, which got us laughing.
Yes.
Colton says, I'm a little nervous having Nurse in the Pacific. He's already proved he loves scoring on the Oilers.
Oh, no.
So that's good from Colton. Hey, fellas, KBO Devereaux from the Nasty Chat. Hot take, Bowman didn't do any of those moves yesterday. Babcock got a hold of Stan's phone and already was the man in charge. So that came in from KB. And then 7,000 Graham says we should call it Stan-a today. Is there anything that stands out from you there? Colton's was good about Nurse scoring on the... You're accusing yourself from the vote?
I think he scored on himself 7 times this year.
That would...
I'm pretty sure he scored on the Oilers.
Should have signed him as a top 6 winger.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure.
Which lends some credence to
2
the
in the
conversation.
playoffs.
People would say, he should really play up.
Rip City Step from day one has said Nurse for the ring. Nurse for the wing.
Yeah, put him up there.
Never got to
Physical
see
guy,
it.
Good hands.
Jamming 33 says Nurse Shark wins it for me. Steve Johnson laughs out loud at the scoring on the
The
Oilers.
San Jose social team will do some cute video of him with a nurse shark down at the aquarium.
They're already the big brains down there.
Yes, yes.
Well, I'm giving it to Colton. I'm a little nervous having Nurse in the Pacific. He's already proved he loves scoring the Oilers. Colton, you in text of the day, going in the mix for text of the year, and it could be a contender at this year's Estes, given the Nurse move finally happening. Let's get to your Sport Ball sound of the day. Sportball.com is where you want to go. Get your young one active. Soccer, baseball, basketball, football. They focus on fun first, no pressure. Use code EST15. You get 15% off select classes. Keith won a perfect 5 for 5 on kind of easy trivia, stretching our record to 73-0. He unlocks a Club Beat Loop remix from the vault this morning.
It's Messi!
Toddy likes.
All the pieces falling into place!
Gorbachev and scores!
Oh my lord.
Larson shoots, he scores!
Magnus Payerby! The St. Louis Blues win in overtime! You could drop a tarantula into his shorts and he'll still be cool!
Popping their cherries.
Draisaitl with an empty net.
Sidney Crosby!
Ryan Goins has
has gone deep.
Here comes Adam Larson. Streaking up the ice through the puck in front. He scores!
How do you like? You gonna do something or just stand there and bleed? Well, there's nothing like a cold one after a long day, huh?
These are their stories.
In reality, we really couldn't think that we're going to win every game.
Oh, yeah. I've been known to drink a beer or two.
The police who investigate crime.
Hello? Hi, is Peter there?
This is Peter speaking.
Hey, Peter, it's Dustin Nielson and Will Fraser from TSN 1260. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, Dustin. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Do you know why we're calling, Peter?
I think so, buddy.
Congratulations, man. You're going to Germany.
What say you? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Holy wow. Amazing, amazing, amazing.
But then again, I've been known to do a lot of things.
Like the predator he is.
Are you pushing too many pencils?
Good morning.
I'm your huckleberry.
Good afternoon. And good night.
Popping their cherries.
Toronto.
All right, Club Weekly Remix from the vault there, unlocked. It is 9 o'clock. What are we watching tonight? Of course, World Cup.
Yes.
Want to hop on over to playalberta.ca or download the app, make it easy. You can get in on all these matches today. I will give you a quick looking at them right now. I'm just in the business of picking winners.
Going Portugal?
Spain, Portugal, Switzerland. Ride with me up there. Spain, Portugal, Switzerland for today's threesome at the World Cup of Soccer. Dave, want to thank you. You'll be back tomorrow.
I am.
We got a So Business Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week. I do believe it's been delivered already. Ooh. We'll take a deeper dive into CFL Week 5, and we'll continue to talk about Free Agent Frenzy. Is Stan done cooking yet?
Oh.
Somebody get him out of the kitchen. That's
Stan,
enough.
get away from the hot
Step
stuff.
away from the stove.
Yeah.
Or whoever else was making the deals. Hour 3 of the Nielson Show has been brought to you by GD Liquidators, Auctions, and Appraisals. Go in there, mention EST, get 5% off anything new or used. Check them out at gdliquidators.com. Canadian owned and operated. Call them up, 780-447-2787, or check them out at 14510 124th Avenue. Nielson Show brought to you by Weiss Johnson. As always, we came to you live from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio this morning. Thank you very much for them for fueling the boys yesterday during our Free Agent Frenzy show. One of those members will be by on the Hangout. Coming up next, Matty Iwanek, Hernan Salas, and the one and only Benny Thompson on the Hangout, 9 to 11. If you're listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, you can pop back there and
what do we got?
You pop into EST
Variety
here.
of the Rocks.
What is it here? 3 Doors Down coming up. It's not my time. So that's coming up next, 95.7 Cruise FM. But live local sports talk continues here on Edmonton Sports Talk, iHeart, TuneIn Radio app, and the source, edmontonsportstalk.com. For YouTube, Trev and Dave Jamieson, I was Lieutenant Eric. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow, Friday, heading into the weekend. Woohoo!